Hi, good evening. Welcome to our September 2nd, 2025 City Council meeting. Right now is 7 p.m. Meeting is now in session. Any person wish to address to the City Council during the oral communication must complete a speaker card that is provided at the entrance to the council chamber and submit the card to the assistant city clerk or assistant city manager prior to the commencement of oral communication. Speaker card will not be accepted after oral communication has started. Tonight, invocation will be led by Pastor L. Richardson from our New Beginning Fellowship Church. Okay, and the councilman Canto will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. All rise, please. Pastor Richardson.
Thank you, Mayor. Prepare your hearts and minds as we go before the Lord in prayer. Heavenly Father, we come to you today. We gather here to seek wisdom, reason, and compassion in the service of our city. May our decisions be guided by integrity, fairness, and the well-being for all of our residents here in the city of West Covina. Help us listen with patience, debate with respect, and act with courage. May our work here today strengthen the fabric of our community and move us toward a safer, healthier, and more just city for every neighbor. Now, Lord, we thank you for this space to serve the public good. May we proceed with clarity and purpose. Now, Lord, I lift up the mayor and the city council. Lord, we ask that you strengthen them, keep them covered. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Amen. Please place your right hand on your heart, and all individuals are requested to remove their hats and follow my lead. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Have a seat, please. Assistant City Manager, roll call, please.
Absolutely. Councilman Contos.
Here.
Councilwoman Diaz.
Here.
Councilmember Gutierrez.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Leti Lopez Viado.
Present.
Mayor Tony Wu.
Here.
Mayor, you have a quorum.
Mr.
So much. And City Attorney, do you have anything to report out to the closed session?
Nothing to report, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, before we get started tonight, I'm going to be pulling item number 2 from the agenda tonight.
Oh, okay. So it's going to be for a future meeting?
September 16th.
Okay, so it will be next meeting.
And Mr. Mayor,
You have something to request?
yes, I'd like to request the city manager's report to be after the presentations, right before oral communications.
Okay. Anybody against that? Nope. Okay. So all good. So I see all your wishes come true. Okay. Now we go to the presentation.
This one.
Oh, okay. Okay, and I think it's important thing tonight we have the presentation. The first presentation is our young future leader and the filmer. Okay, very successful. Okay, we want to make sure that you get recognized because you've been doing this for a couple of years. So, filmer leader, come up. I think Emily and your partner. Let's give her a hand. Yeah. Okay, and I think your partner is here. She running late. It'll be on time, but it's okay. But you're the key person. But I think it's important to have your mentor. Okay, I think our Mayor Pro Tem Leti Lopez Viado. You want to come down because I think you're the person to help out all these youngsters to know how to organize and then to run a big event. Okay, I think this is something important because they will be our future. We need to start pass the baton to them. So maybe, Letty, you want to say something first, and we give Emily, then I can start recognize you.
Thank you, Mayor. So, as you know, I started this 7 years ago, but I am happy to say that I pass this on to the youth, our future. They're the ones who take the leads. As you can see, Emily, she was our first place winner 3 years ago. She took on the role to be the festival director. She is the visionary. She's the one who leads everything. She's the one who makes all this happen. And these are all student-led, student-organized, all student-based. The one, Jaylene, which she's actually driving with her mom right now, she is also... It's her very first year, and I want to recognize Jaylene because she spent a lot of hours and times, and we found out that she was also a Kiwanis member. But I brought this because Jaylene, I'm hoping she comes in, but she's the one who creates this brochure. She's very talented. She did public marketing, and she got to have hands-on experience, and she created this beautiful brochure among both of them. Combined, they designed, they put everything together, they reached out to sponsors. There was the one who was ordering. So I'd like to give them an opportunity to go ahead and say a few words, but we just really want to thank you. Oh, yes, the video. Can we show the video first before? So it's...
Hi everyone, my name is Emily Delatorre and I'm the film director for this event.
We as a city continue to get to transform ourselves through positivity and through doing everything within our ability to make life better every day.
I hope that these students gain the confidence that they need to take on this industry. This industry is very cutthroat, very competitive, and I really hope and my goal to achieve for this festival is that they get the motivation they need to make it far in this industry.
If y'all would feel like to do dance circles while they're playing, please. I encourage everyone. I'll do the dance circle with y'all.
We are Pop 2 from Citrus College, and we are going to play a variety of songs for you today.
What's up, West Covina? We're the lawn chairs.
You just keep going and meeting people and being friendly and like tonight, how many filmmakers are here tonight? Have all those filmmakers met each other?
I really think that this industry is teamwork and great stories are being told by, if you collaborate well. So that was a great moment for me to be part of.
Thank you to all of our talented contestants. I love to see all the films each year and they just keep getting better and better. So one more time, please give a round of applause to all of our contestants.
The best film editing goes to The Forest Never Forgets.
So congratulations to the first place winner, Psalms.
Second place goes to Unspoken.
The first place winner is, drum roll please, The Last Band. Woo!
Thank you guys for coming. I'll see you guys in 2026. Bye!
They were all students, including the one who video recorded this, Richard. But go ahead, I'll pass the mic.
Good evening, everyone. Hello.
Hi there.
Hi. Yes. Oh, another one. Oh.
Film it.
Emily. Yes, watching that video just made me reminisce the great memories I had hosting that festival for 2025, and also triggered previous memories when I was a contestant, when I ran it last year too. It's my second rodeo doing this, and it was such a blast. Again, the goal is still the same, to highlight students the way how I was recognized, the way how Film It recognized me in 2023. I want to do the same thing because doors open and I want these students to find these opportunities. It's my goal. It's what I live for Film It. And it's an honor to make that mission come to life through Film It. I'm so honored to set the example for my generation. I want my generation to know that anything is possible. If you're dreaming it, If you envision it, then go get it. That is No, but on a serious note, if you're dreaming it and you're envisioning it and that's what you want in life, go get it. And I want to be like that reminder. I want Film It to be that place where you can feel that energy, because in order to even accomplish that, you need to feel that energy. And I feel like that energy is there at Film It. It's alive, it's thriving, it's popping, and I love it. I love what I do for the city. I love my role in Film It, and I can't wait to continue on many, many years.
Yeah. I think you're another person I can tell can speak more than me. Okay. Okay. Whoa, you are fluent. Okay, and go forever and ever. But thank you so much. Okay, congratulations. And if you attend about the Film It, it's our West Covina Youth Film Festival. It's about youth. It's about our high school student and the college student that put this together and they lead it. Okay, and they organize and they're fundraising. And this is what this is about West Covina. West Covina is a community about we are basically develop our youth, want to make sure they will be our future leader one day. I don't know you want it. It's kind of tough for politics, but maybe you want to go into the politics. Good luck. But there's somebody have to come out to serve. But maybe you continue to work on your film, creation, creativity, and help all the youngsters to come out to follow your footstep and continue to carry on.
Absolutely. That is my goal.
And I try to kill some time for your partner to show up, okay? So hopefully they don't miss this opportunity, okay? And traffic's bad, but I have to, the show must go on. I need to go to represent the great city of West Covina. We have a certificate to recognize your outstanding achievements. Thank you so much. Yeah, let's give her a hand, please, okay? And they have another one is for your partner, Jelene. Okay, I know she's possible on the way with her mom. Okay, but this is for her. We want to thank her too. I saw her in the event and working with you very, very hard and try to put everything together. But we want to thank you. Thank you so much. Put this magnificent event. I want to thank Letty. Okay, and so many years, your passion is about our youth, and this is what this is about. Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mom.
Oh, yay.
Of course, okay. Mom, and anybody, all the family, okay, boyfriend, okay, come. Yeah, I can tell, okay. Hey, old man has a good eye.
I just want to say we do have a board, and on our board we do have teachers, mentors, and everything. So we're always here to support the students. So anything you could do to support, we're just joyful and happy.
Come in the middle. Yeah, boyfriend, you big, you may be on that side. Okay. You can protect her. Okay. Yeah. Jelene, going well.
Thank you. Oh, yeah, solo. Go ahead. Oh, with me and you. Oh, okay.
You said solo.
I know you said solo.
I already get kicked out. Thank you so much.
West Covina.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, I see you next year. Thank you. Yeah, appreciate it. Okay. Yeah. Okay, next one, okay. Historic Society, every year they host, Summer Fest, and they pick their cities of the year. And not only that, this year they have Jolie. Okay, Jolie, come. You got okay with Jolie, come?
Yay.
Okay, Jolie, come. Yeah, where's your mom? Okay, we have this. Okay, we have to restart from the beginning, okay? Hi, we are first presentation. Jolene, come. Okay. Your parent, you want the parent come over here too? Mom? Bring it down. Mom. You're not here? Okay, would you please come? Thank you, sorry. Okay, and Emily. Yeah, we waited and we try to kill some time, but okay. Yeah, it's okay. You can get the certificate.
So this is Jaylene, and this is her first year to ever do this. She spent countless hours, nights. I think one night we stayed up till midnight. She is working on a lot of different things, and she was the one who created the brochure, which I showed them, your beautiful brochure, your design, her marketing, and everything. So want to say a few words?
Well, I'm just honored to be working within Film at West Covina and working with the city. This started off actually because in my high school I had to do a capstone project. So my capstone project was based on expanding local film opportunities. And as someone who participated back in Film It back when I was a freshman in high school, I knew it was a great thing to do to give back to the community. So I'm grateful to Letty and Emily and everyone of the Film It committee for trusting me with helping out for this year's film festival.
Glad we made it.
Shall I repeat myself again about the Historical Society? The Historical Society, the Summer Fest. We have, they picked their cities of the year this year. Okay, and I want to have a Laurie Johnson, my good friend Laurie, come over here. I didn't pick you. They don't even allow me to vote, but okay, but you are okay, good friend of mine, and I think they picked the right person. So Lloyd and the Historical Society always also pick the magnificent contribution, the preservation for the Historical Society, the history of West Covina. Glenn Kennedy is another good friend of mine. Okay, so I didn't pick you either. Okay, so I didn't. Okay, so but okay, I know. Yeah, exactly. But both of them are working so hard. Okay, and Lloyd, I know you for 15 years. This and that. You always pick the trash. I think that's why they pick you. Okay, you driving your truck all the places, but you always helping people. I know you all the time. You have a big heart. Okay, your heart is so good and try to help people. And plus, you are a veteran, Purple Heart. Okay, as great service to our country, and we in debt of you. And Glenn, I know you for 17, 15 years. Okay, long time. Okay, I know you always try to get rid of graffiti and this and that. And okay, I think Laurie and we all kind of helping you to about the graffiti issue. And you did a great job for the city. So okay, I want you to say something before I give you a certificate. So who want to go first?
Let him go first.
Yes. You want me to go first? Are you sure you want to give me the microphone? Are you sure? Okay.
We have all the time for you.
Okay, so the Historical Society, what we've done, we've come full circle. Now we have access to things we didn't have access to 10 years ago. And I also want to thank Mario. I know Mario's not here, but I want to say thank you to Mario because he's a big help. And so I was born and raised here, and doing the history is basically a labor of love. And what we do, we're trying to bring back people from the 20s and 30s and teens and that nobody knows about, and we try to bring them back to life. And with this technologies, it's awesome because we can. We're doing a fantastic job, and we'll only get better. And kind of less of me and more somebody else is probably better.
Let's give it a hand.
All right.
Okay. Glenn has always tried to put the history together. Okay, our city become a city in 1923, and we went through a lot of historical moment, including the World War II and this, and then the veteran came back, okay, and we have a freeway tank goes through our city, and from separate with Covina, okay, and 700 of our residents, okay, our first, okay, Mayor Maxon, okay, and Mayor Maxon, okay, and build our city together. He even built on Sunset the first, okay, church and school. So we can see this is what the history. See, I study your history very well. Okay, so this is how our history and our youngsters, the youth should know the history, okay? And I know the city changing a lot, but this is still our history since 1923, and continue to move on right now, 2025. And no matter what, we have always remember where we coming from and appreciate all these previous people fighting, okay, and put it together. Currently, we are 120,000 population. Bit Covina like 42,000 population. So we're 3 times bigger than them. Even we are separate from them, but you can see we're doing better because we are stronger and bigger. And now our citizen of the year, Lloyd Johnson, say something.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. You know, it's an honor to be here. It was an honor by the West Covina Historical Society for nominating me. You know, I figure this year they finally got it right. Not just because they nominated me, it's because when it's called West Covina Citizen of the Year, I felt the citizens should have been from West Covina. And a lot of times they weren't from West Covina, and I think it's finally great that they're finally doing it that way. You know, it's an honor. This is my city. No matter what I'm doing, I've lived here for over 53 years. I've known Glenn Kennedy for over 35 of those years. You know, and we do things not to bring it out to the public. We do them because it's our city. Like I said, when he said I go around and I pick up trash, I've been doing that for a long time since I've been off the city council because I can't see our city going to the dump. You know, if I see it, I stop and I pick it up. If we have more citizens see it, stop and pick it up, city will look a lot better. So I want to thank everybody for doing it. I love doing it. I will keep doing it. I want to thank the city council. I want to thank the staff for everything that they've done for our city. And Mr. Mayor, thank you for recognizing us.
Can I say one more thing, please? Just so I would like to mention that one thing I'm very, very proud of, that me and Lloyd, along with George Ogden, we built that Veterans Memorial out there, and I'm very proud of it.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
And exactly, you want to continue to say something?
Oh yeah, well, like I want to follow up on what Glenn said. Tell me, take a minute. When our Veterans Memorial out there, it was a concept. George Ogden, Glenn Kennedy, and we had a concept that we've seen veterans memorials around, but why didn't our city have one? Yeah, they had the veterans thing out there, but it wasn't a veteran memorial. It was about all the veterans. And we said we have to do something. And what we did was we went through this, we did that, we couldn't come up with the money. So we went to the city council, and the city council said, yes, we want to back you. We take the money, they had money that was in the public arts, when you do business like that, and they took the money out of there to help us build it. So it was a great concept. It's something that both of us, Glenn and I, are both veterans. And it's something that we love. It touches our heart. Every time I go down there, I get a tear in my eye. To this day, I do. Because you look at the names on there, and all those names were from West Covina. And this past Memorial Day, we put 3 more names on there. That was overlooked. And thanks to Mario and Glenn and them, they found the names. You know, and now they're on. Now it's complete. Now, I still think there's probably someone from Korea that we haven't been able to find, but I think eventually a name will come up, and if we do, we'll put them on there. So that's our great thing. That's our legacy, that this city's going to follow through no matter how long the rest of us are here or how long. That veteran memorial will be there till eternity. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you so much. Okay, let's give it a hand. Okay, I think you can see the passion of these 2 gentlemen, the veteran. They're really passionate about how to make sure all the person did the ultimate sacrifice, and their name should be over there, because this is how the history, how the people sacrifice from our city. And now the reason we can have a freedom, have all this, and the event and the city council meeting, because the previous people are fighting for us, and this is so important. I did a Memorial Day. I want to thank you. You're big-o. You play pretty good. Okay, I don't know if it's true or not, but you can blow that big-o. Okay, and that is very touching, and everybody's so really move in that event. And we, November Veteran Day, I hope you guys can help out. And this is your, city. Help the city do the Veteran Day. We want you to host, the veteran should host it, not the politician, should be the host by the veteran and the host about the program, the program, the venue and everything, the music. Invite all the veterans to come back to our city, and at our courtyard, the way you guys set it up, so we can celebrate all the veterans and this and that. You want to say something? Go ahead.
I would like to remind everybody, there's another thing I have in my passion that I do. If any of you know a veteran that's sick and in need, whatever, I do have American flags, 3x5. They're folded up. They flew on the field of valor that I'd be glad to take to their home. Or if they're in the hospital, please let me know. I would be glad to deliver to them. Because you know what? That's we can't say enough for our veterans. And if we can give them a little passion, say thank you for your service, and I would give a flag to them, from me, from a grateful nation, from the field of valor, and all our veterans to them. So if anyone knows someone like that, please let us know. If you can't get in touch with me, get in touch with the city right here, and get in touch with Glenn or even the mayor. He has my phone number. Fortunately. So please do that. Okay, thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you so much. I think this is a wonderful event, and we need to have united our veterans, at the same time unite our residents together. We here, we have a difference, but united we stand. I think important, and we all good friends for a long time, and no matter what, this and that, we're here together, fighting for the betterment for our city future, and that's why we're here to serve, because I see you guys serving, and I know we run together in 2015. It's a good old time. We have that kind of a kind of partnership together, so we always help each other. So thank you so much. Let's give them another hand, please. Thank you so much. Okay, appreciate it. Okay, and the last one will be the CAAWC presentation. CAAWC, and somebody want to present it, and then, you have any, presentation disc, anything you want to give to the, you're weak, and the clip or something, I think they have over here. Which one? Take over, on your presentation.
Okay. Good evening. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Thank you, every council member and fellow residents of the West Covina. It's a great honor to be here this evening with our CAAWC founder Andrew Chu and our accountant Jerry to have a very treasure this chance to share the story of the Chinese American Association of West Covina. So let's see the. I'm the Daniel Cao from. I'm the secretary of the CAAWC. Let us to introduce.
Good evening.
Good evening.
The residents, mayor, mayor pro tem, council member, managers, staff. Thank you so much for we have an opportunity to introduce CAAWC. My name is Angel Chu, the original founder for CAAWC. This is my honor to present the past 8 years, how to work with the committee leader together, build a stronger, more vibrant West Covina. Thank you. And also we thank you so much for the CAAWC family member to come over to support.
Good evening, and thank you so much, Mayor and council members and council pro teams and everyone who attended tonight. My name is Jerry Lang. I'm the accountant for CAAWC, and it's my pleasure to be here. And I'm a third party. I'm not a member of the CAAWC.
Okay, let's start our presentation. Our association was founded in 2017 by our founder, Mr. Andrew Chu, who gathered the community members at the Orlando KTV here in the West Covina to witness the establishment of the, CAAWC. They all see the association found that day. At CAAWC, our mission has always been clear. Our goal is to empower youth through the community, engagement, donation, and the support for cultural and economic growth in West Covina. Together, we are building a stronger and more vibrant West Covina. Our main source of the revenue from the member donation. Biannual donations from all members are required to sustain and grow our programs. President sponsors $3,000, a vice president sponsors $2,000, and director sponsored $1,000, and the board member sponsored $500. And we currently, today we have 36 board members, and total member is more than 500 and growing. I'm very glad today our members come here. And in 2017, our founder, Mr. Andrew Chu, introduced CAAWC to City Council, seeking the collaboration with City. And in 2017, our founding CAAWC president, James Su, donated $10,000 to West Covina school programs. And 2017, CAAWC helped the establishment of a sister city relationship with Beijing Fengtai.
And 2017, CAAWC helped establishment of a sister city. You can see the picture. Is at that moment is the Mayor Corey and the Mayor Shu side the sister city in the city hall.
By the way, you will see this lady a lot of times because she personally selected a photo by herself. Okay, let's move to the 2018. CAAWC board member Michael Chen donated $6,000 to West Covina school programs.
Okay, and 2018 CAAWC board member Michael, he is a very generous to donate $6,000. I wish this year he continue to donate $6,000 for us for the student program. At that moment, the kid next to Michael is Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan is a high school kid. Right now, he already graduated from UC Berkeley. Congratulations, Michael.
And 2018, celebration of first installation with newly elected president and board members to be sworn in by Congresswoman Grace Napolitano. This is in the South Hill Country Club. 2019, this is sponsorship of student exchange program for the sister city Beijing Fengtai.
2019, I helped South Hill Academy and Fengtai District to build the sponsorship of a student exchange program. We have over 30 students to join into the program. And also today, I saw a lot of students here. Maybe in the future, we have an exchange student program for you guys.
Okay. And 2020, CAAWC donated $9,000 to West Covina school programs and $2,000 to West Covina senior meal program. And 2020, pandemic happened, but we did not stop giving. So PPE donations, we donated more than 100,000 PPE sets to healthcare facilities, such as the Queen of the Valley Hospital, Kaiser, CAAWC, City of Hope, and more. And frontline workers, West Covina Police Station, and firefighters, and the city staffs, and our senior citizens and the community. We want to make sure our children, our people are safe and was protected. I think everyone knows the pandemic that happened at that period. And 2020 pandemic, CAAWC donated drinks and meals to West Covina Police and Fire. Also, 250 meals to Queen of the Valley's healthcare workers. And you can see the food is very delicious. And 2021, CAAWC participated the LA Food Bank event as volunteers and donated 2,500 to LA Food Bank. And 2021, CAAWC donated 12,000 sets of the children's PPE and back to the school items. So where are you, Andrew?
Probably in that time, I'm moving the PPE and the backside. I'm worker.
Yeah,
I'm working.
For hard work. And as I mentioned, we want to make sure our children was protected and safe. And 2022, a spring festival, welcoming the spring and the unity after the pandemic. I think everyone remember that after the pandemic, we have a very successful event at the 2022. United We Stand, and at that time we got 7 local nonprofit organizations support. They are the Chinese American Association of West Covina, San Gabriel Valley AACP, and the Filipino American Association of West Covina, Korean Community Church, East San Gabriel Valley Japanese Community Center, and the West Covina Business Association, and the Kivanist Club West Covina. We really appreciate that. 2022 CAAWC reorganization event at the West Covina Sportplex Center with newly elected President Sophia Lee and donated $3,500 to city school programs. The right photo at the left is our President Sophia Lee. She is right now in New York. 2023 CAAWC sponsored the first annual West Covina Moon Festival. That is really successful. You can see in the picture we have a dance and a lot of the cultural performance at that year. Okay, let's move to the financial report, balance sheet 2023. I'll invite Jerry to explain that.
Thank you. Let's talk about some numbers. I cannot really see. I need to come a little bit closer. So, everything we are seeing right now is 2023. And first thing first, Angel, I worked with Angel for a few years, and she gave me all the financial reports, bank statements, to take a look at it and put them together. So mainly, they are getting donations from members and also membership dues as well. Sometimes they may get a little bit of like community donation as well. So, and also 2023 was the first year they hosted the Moon Festival event. As we remember, just right next to the mall, that's what where the event was at. And they get about $17,000 from vendors. So that is the vendor's fee that they charged to each vendors. And then in total for that year, including memberships and donations and everything, they made about $62,000. And of course, when you get some donations and when you have some income in, definitely there will be some expenses as well. And then, as you can see, the majority is the $28,000 just to rent those booths, speakers, helpers, not helpers, but all the rent, all the event related stuff. And also they give out some donations to the participants. And for the year, just for the event itself, it spent about $42,000. So there's a little bit of a residual, about $19,000 left for that year. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Jerry.
Thank you.
Okay. In 2024, CAAWC installation banquet at the South Hills Country Club and donated $2,000 to Filmmate West Covina and the Edgewood High School Choir. 2024, this is the second annual Vascovina Mega Moon Festival because the last year is very successful. So at the 2024, we decided to sponsor the 2 days event. So you can see the picture is almost 10,000 attendees. I'll let you know. It's sponsored by CAAWC. The 2024 Mega Moon Festival had more than 10,000 attendees, packed performance showcasing the cultural diversity of Vascovina. We have, you can see, we have the Mexican children dancing. They're very happy, and we have a Filipino and the Chinese. Asians cultural dance, and we also have the cosplay performance. And the winner of the cosplay will get the $100 and cash, and they will spend at the vendor. This is really fun. Okay, so next is 2024 Mega Moon Festival, so financial report.
Okay, so this is the 2024 Moon Festival report. Same thing, and they get donations and members' dues, about $43,000. And then, because this was a 2 days event in 2024, their vendors' fees they charge was about $31,000, which is more than the year before. And then, at the same time, and they also pay more to rent a booth and everything, and also city permits as well. And for that year, they totally paid out was about almost $70,000. And for that year, the residual was only like about $3,700. Okay.
Great. Thank you, Jerry. Okay, let's move. 2024, CAAWC donated $3,000 to Vascovina Performing Arts Academy, $1,000 to Hello Crest Middle School Band, and $1,000 to Ballet of Folklorico International. I really remember that because my photo is here. And 2025, CAAWC donated $1,000 to Vascovina Bruins cheer team. We sponsored them to go to the Las Vegas to do the competition. I really like it. Oh, this one, I really like it. It's a CAAWC donated $7,500, and the mayor would match another $7,500. Total is $15,000 to sponsor the Vascovina Police Explore program. We hope our Vascovina have the future of the police officer. So I really like it. And the CAAWC donates annually $1,000 to Kiwanis Club's Children Christmas Parade.
So I just asked the audience who attend for the Kiwani Cup for the Christmas Parade. Anyone attend? Oh, yes. You can see for Brad there. CAAWC donate annuals $1,000 to Kiwani Cup for Children Christmas Parade. This year, we continue to donate for $1,000 to Kiwani Cup for the children's parade, because this is called United. We work with the leader, and we work together and get our West Coviners better and better.
Okay, thank you. And next is the third annual Vascovina Supermoon Festival coming soon. And in this festival, we'll have some new sections. They are like the free health zone and the car show presented by the New Beginning Church, and key zones by the city, and the cosplay contest. I will invite Emily to come to this event and hosted by the Filmit. Thank you. And we have the AutoZone presented by the Envision car dealer. We want to showcase the Vascovina.
After our board members approve, is willing to transfer all the funds, include the vendors' fee, sponsorship donation fund of 2025 for the Super Moon Festival West Covina Foundation. So all the fund is to help city cover all expense relating to for this event. We remain committed, support city, have a successful event as well as a future charity to community events, such as after school program, scholarship program, food bank, senior meal program, police and fire expo program, to help make our communities better place to live.
Okay, thank you. And next, besides the pandemic, we donate PPE sets and mask and a lot of masks. I think all people remember that, and food. And we also make the monetary donations to the community. From 2017, you can see from 2017 to 2025, we donate almost $70,000 to the community. We donate dance drill and a high schools program and academy and Film Meet West Covina and after school program. We want to protect the children and make our community safe, and a lot of other program as I mentioned before. So thank you, give us this chance to serve this community, and yes, and thank you, and we want to continue to give and to serve this community. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for the presentation. And any council have a question or a comment? Yeah, go ahead.
Great.
Yes, go ahead.
Great. Okay, myself. Okay. Yeah. So before I say my comments, I just want to say I want to be very clear. This is not about culture or tradition or where the residents enjoy the Mega Moon Festival. We all support cultural events that bring our community together. This is about accountability to taxpayers. Over the past 3 years, the city of West Covina has spent more than $152,000 in city resources on this event. Police overtime, fire, public works, and staff time and supplies. Yet the nonprofit partner, the Chinese American Association of West Covina, has failed multiple times to turn over their financial books as requested by this council. That means we have no verified numbers showing how much vendor or sponsorship revenue was collected or how much profit or nonprofit was retained. Taxpayers have the right to know why is public money being used to subsidize an event where the profits are privatized. Tonight's numbers were presented. We must remember they are not verified until this nonprofit provides actual bank statements, sponsorship receipts, and vendor fee reports. These remain unsubstantiated claims. As council members, we have a legal and ethical duty to ensure taxpayers' resources are not misused and that partnerships with outside groups are transparent. That is why I will be asking specific questions to protect the public's right to know and to ensure city government is not misused for private gain. So just to start off, when did you present this presentation? Did you give the office of the city manager a copy of this presentation beforehand, or did you just give it to him today?
I just give them today.
Okay, thank you. The council requested your nonprofit books by 2 deadlines. Why has CAAWC failed to produce them?
Can you say again? Sorry.
The council requested your nonprofits requested your books by 2 deadlines already.
Okay.
Documents. Why has the Chinese American Association failed to produce them?
Oh, because our president is out of the country, so she will come back, and we will provide the special list, and we have the day and check payable to West Covina Foundation, followed by the weekly response. If we should be reviewed for the information to you, because our associations not only for the member, we have board member and also presidents. Because since our president's out of the state, so we need to wait for her to come back. We give you the more answer, get back to you.
So wouldn't that be done by the treasurer, who's the mayor's wife, Helen Wu?
No.
And your accountant right here?
We just accountant because Yeah, because Helen is a good help for us, just for the treasure for us, and also Helen donate $2,000 per year for our association. She just help.
So if you claim the numbers you provided tonight, so I believe in 2022, how much did you say? Sorry, in 2021, how much did you give back into charity?
Yeah, can you say one more get into that? So that's why I can show to everyone what is the charity we provide for
Yeah, I think it was
2021.
one of the last pages
Yes.
on there.
2021, right?
Yes.
$2021.
You said what? How much?
Donation.
It was the last slide, I believe.
The last two, I
The one
think.
you had monetary values to it. It had money. The money. I think it's.
21.
No, keep going.
最后. Yeah, 最后那个.
Right there.
Yes.
So how much did you say you gave back into charity in 2021?
$2,500 for the food bank. Is that you're talking about for 2021, right?
So yes. So how much?
2,500.
2,500. But your IRS 990 says you only generated $500. So how is that possible?
500 because at that moment we don't have that much for the member because our organizations. For you talk about for 500 because at that moment we don't have that much donation.
You're telling the public that you gave back $2,000-something, but your IRS form says you only generated $500. So how did you give that back?
No, actually, we just we collect for some of the people donate the money from a member.
But you didn't report that income to the IRS?
Yeah, actually, we will report to give you more detail when presidents come back.
Okay, so
yes.
You can put for the record that there's inconsistencies what you have provided up here to what your IRS forms are detailing. Yes. But so we'll move on. So what percentage of total? Let's see. So you showed also numbers. So what percentage of total festival revenue was returned to the city compared to the over 152,000 taxpayer resources used? And if I'm not mistaken, that would only be 5,000 from your charity and 5,000 from Kring Kwan Do, right?
Yes.
So
you're talking about for the 10,000s, right?
So for all these events that you've had with the city, so from I believe 2022 to 2025, the city has spent over $152,000, but you only gave back the city 10,000, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Why did the city absorb 50,000 plus in police, fire, and overtime costs, while CAAWC kept all sponsorship and vendor revenues?
If you want, because since we have a record, we can provide for you detail.
Yeah.
For what is the step by step, what is the number, I will provide to you later on because some of the is in our president's computer.
So I hope you understand that the taxpayers could be alarmed when they see that you're actually made a lot of money off these festivals, but you made the taxpayers pay for it. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, because that would be we consult our CPA and also for the treasurers because I'm the people just collect for the chat. I'm not the number people.
Yeah, okay.
So I need to get back to you for all your questions.
Great.
Okay?
And so CAAWC says they're giving up control of the festival, but behind closed doors, Mayor Wu has told staff that he will fire the city manager if he intervene in any way to enforce oversight of the Chinese American Association of West Covina. That is intimidation, not transparency, and it goes directly to why the council's audit order has not been enforced. My next question, why were fire permits waived for the Chinese American Association of West Covina for vendors and sponsors when your organization you were not required to pay them? So why were you allowed to have no cost fee free waivers from the fire department?
Oh, okay. And that moment, I need to check Because if you have some of the record, we will give you the right answer. Because some of the is not keep it from me. Keep it from my presidents. So when the presidents come back, I definitely to make appointment with you and the city council and get all the details for you.
Like the taxpayers are funding an event where none of this information is being provided to them. And so you want to host another event, but while people are being threatened to be fired if anything's changed, but you expect the taxpayers to front that bill. And then that's an issue. So
because because I'm only for the secretary, I just collect the bill. But we have a whole group as design for the number of something. Because my job description is different by them. So I can get back to you if you more focus for the number issue. We definitely give you the detail.
Okay. And great. And then who specifically requested IT support, promotional work, and city support for the Chinese American Association's behalf? Did you ever contact the city staff yourself or any of your members?
No, I don't know.
No.
For this issue, yes.
Okay. And who initiated the partnership between the Chinese American Association of West Covina and the city? Was it Mayor Wu?
No, me.
It was you?
Yes.
And who did you talk to at that time?
That's I am the other position is the international trade. So we have a lot of relationship with the China part.
Okay. And has Mayor Wu ever attended Chinese American Association board meetings, secured sponsorships, or provided guidance to vendors at his home?
No.
So he's never had a board meeting at your home?
No. But actually, we have a board meeting for different people's home. For Sunday's home, and also for Daniel's home. So we have going to different people's.
Did Mayor Wu ever host a board meeting at his home?
I think it's only for 1 or 2 times.
Okay,
but
thank you.
He is super busy, you know that, right?
Thank you.
He can't stay home all the time.
Great. And then did Mayor Wu or his office direct staff such as Susie Perez, Roxanne Lerma, or Meyer Michaelich to carry out the Chinese American Association's needs?
No.
So for this upcoming event, were you ever in contact with any of the city staff regarding planning?
No.
Okay. Thank you. And is Michael Chen a board member?
Michael Chen is a board member, yes.
How much money did he give back this year?
I wish, because right now it's Michael Chen's in the surgery, the eye surgery. I wish he can compromise for 6,000 like before.
So he gave 6,000 this year, and then how much did he give last year?
I need to check with the bookkeeper.
So I'm
not you say something is a number. I need to check with you.
This is an active invoice, and it says Aurora Lighting, which is owned by Michael Chen, and this is an invoice for $29,555, which violates the city's policy on purchase orders.
But I don't know this one, okay? So I can check for you because I can't do everything. I have my work.
So altogether, Michael Chen's company has received a total of $185,000 in taxpayers' money. Here, you can have a copy if you want.
Because I don't know for your issue though. I can check with Michael Chen since he's not here. So we double check with you.
Great. And so for the record, I want to remind our city attorney and outside counsel that under Rule 1.13 of the California Rules of Professional Conduct, your client is the city of West Covina and not any individual official. The council has already ordered voluntarily an audit of the CAAWC, yet records are being withheld, filings are contradictory, and staff have been threatened with being fired for enforcing oversight. These are potential violations of law imputable to the city, and they put taxpayers at risk. Rule 1.13 has been triggered, and you now have a duty to act in the best interest of the city by informing this governing body and recommending corrective action. Next question. If there's nothing to hide, why not provide the financial books voluntarily?
So as I say, we will provide the detailed book for you. Since our president hold it, she's not in town. She will be come back for next week, yes.
So how do you expect the city taxpayers to pay for an event coming up on the first week of October if you still haven't provided your books?
No, actually, this is, as I tell you, I'm the only for the secretary. Secretary job is not the treasurer. It's not the accountant.
Great.
So I will collect all the information to you. That is my job.
And then, so I believe he's an accountant or?
As an accountant.
And you just had him come for today only?
No, actually, he has some of the number, but all the majority's numbers issues in our president's computer. So we have a different group to take care of it.
Great. And is he a licensed CPA?
Who?
Your accountant here.
Enrolled agent.
A what?
Enrolled agent.
So you are a CPA?
I'm an enrolled agent.
Okay, so so it's yes or no. But okay, will you commit here and now to providing food Form 990 tax filings and profit and loss statements for 2022 to 2024 to the city within 3 business days?
I need to. Yes, I will. I need to check with the president, as I know. So I will get back to you soon.
Okay, so did Mayor Wu help negotiate or authorize any city resources for CAAWC's festivals?
No.
But you just said that you haven't communicated with city staff. So who's been communicating with city staff?
Usually me.
Sorry, who?
Me.
You?
Mm-hmm. Usually Roxanne or something. Usually CAAWC order communication is by me.
You just said you have not, and the event's in the first week of October.
No, actually is communication. What do you mean for communication? What level communication? You talk about it.
Expenses, the taxpayers' money.
As I know, I tell you all the money issue is by a president. Our presidents come back from New York definitely to make appointment with you.
Great. And so has Mayor Wu ever introduced you to contractors, sponsors, or vendors who have paid fees to the Chinese American Association of West Covina?
Can you say one more time?
Has Mayor Wu ever introduced you to city contractors or business?
No.
So how do you know Athens Trash Services?
Okay. So right now you talk about because our nonprofit organization for CAAWC for past 8 years already. We do it for the transparency. You can see we have a number donation.
Yeah.
Every word in there.
The problem is it doesn't
you
match
can
the
take a
IRS
look.
forms.
And also, if you have a further information, we can wait for our presidents come back and get back to you.
Well, the
so
concern
this is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
That's what I can do for you.
Great. And
today.
so the problem is that your IRS returns don't match those numbers. So has your charity ever purchased any airplane or transportation tickets?
No.
Did your charity ever pay for fire permit fees?
No.
Great. And in 2023, can you please tell us, in 2023, can you please tell us how much your organization reported as program expenses?
2023.
Mm-hmm. In 2023.
2023.
Program expenses.
Programs and expenses. Okay.
I think it's a Moon Festival.
Are you talking about just for the Moon Festivals or overall?
Overall, your program expenses for 2023.
Okay, so for 2023, programs expenses will be about $43,000.
Okay, because your IRS Form 990 shows $46,342 in program expenses, while your California RRF1 form for the same year shows $0 in program expenses. So which one is correct?
Okay. We are talking about the Form 990, right?
Yes. And also the RRF1 is the California Attorney General's Office charity trust that you have to apply yearly for a permit.
Mm-hmm.
So why are those numbers don't match?
Because there are some kind of office expense, small ones,
But on your IRS form, you reported $46,342 in program expenses. But to the state of California, you reported $0. Why is that?
Can I take a look? Because I don't have the RF1 right now with me.
Right here. So here's your 2023. You have program expenses $0.
Oh, for that one.
Yeah, the Attorney General's office one.
Okay, I think for that year I forgot to put in that number.
You forgot to put the number?
Yes.
So do you plan on amending your tax returns and fixing that?
Actually, the tax return is correct, as you can see on the schedule.
You reported to the Department of Justice for California and the wrong number. So are you going to fix that now?
We can fix that one.
Okay, great.
Yeah, we can fix the RF one. That's not a problem.
Great. Yep. So that's a little. So you have to understand that to taxpayers, when you're reporting inaccurate numbers, that's alarming.
Yes.
So, okay. So how much did you report spending on event or festival costs in 2023?
Event will be about $40,000. $40,792.
Okay, and event expenses. But your RF1, so your RRF1 again.
Don't worry, I will correct it.
You're going to correct that one.
Thank you for letting me know.
Great. Okay.
Thank you.
And then, how much in donations did you report and receive in 2023?
Receiving.
Yes.
Let's see, receiving. That number should be right. 43? 43, 44? Yeah, 44,500 roughly around.
That's how much you received in donations?
Yes. That's also including membership as well.
And then how much did you give in donations that year?
From the tax return for that year, $5,500.
Councilman Gutierrez, how long you want to finish?
I'm almost finished.
Okay.
A few more questions.
Would you please finish up?
Great. Yes. So, and then how many hours per week did your officers, including your CFO, report working for the organization? So whose officers? Sophia Nguyen, Daniel Cao, and Halin Wu, which is the mayor's wife. How many hours of volunteer hours do they do?
Are you asking me? I just want to make sure.
I'm asking the charity.
And you talk about for the hour because we are in a charity. We all is a volunteer, no pay.
Yeah. So volunteer hours. How many volunteer hours did you do?
You can't tell like a 1 hour, 2 hours, some of
okay. Because both
1 or 2 hours.
Yeah.
You can't still say because this is a non-profit. We all is a working. We just use our spend time to work for CAAWC.
Yeah. But the problem is IRS law, IRS code requires you to report volunteer hours, and you did not. So I'll end with this statement. So here's the truth: the Mega Move Festival is celebrated as a culture event, but behind the scenes, vendors and sponsors were charged thousands of dollars, money that CAAWC kept, while taxpayers were left paying the bill for police, fire, and city services. Their filings say money was poured into the event, but they refuse to say what that means, who got paid, or where the money went. That is not charity, that is secrecy. A nonprofit must serve the people, not hide behind accounting tricks. This council ordered an audit, and CAAWC still refuses to open its books for 2022 to through 2024. If they can't show records for this year, there's no excuse for hiding the past. CAAWC and Mayor Wu now say they are giving up control of the event to the city. But at the same time, Mayor Wu has directly threatened staff, telling them that he will fire the city manager if he intervenes to enforce oversight of CAAWC. You cannot claim transparency in public while threatening to fire people in private. That is not accountability. That is intimidation and abuse of power. And tonight I call on my colleague, Councilwoman Rosario Diaz, who served our country and this community as an IRS special agent, to use her skills and her integrity to put taxpayers first and hold this nonprofit to the same standards the IRS would. We owe the public nothing less than accountability. Until these books are open, taxpayers cannot have confidence that this nonprofit is operating for the public's benefit. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Councilman Gutierrez. But I before I hand over to Mayor Pro Tem first I want to apologize. You guys doing the nonprofit, try to do a good thing, charity for the city, and you got attacked over here because the difference between myself and my colleague. And another thing about I threat city manager. I think city manager can prove itself. I never say anything about that. Because you fire him, you need a 3 vote. And how can I get 3 vote? I never say anything to our acting city manager, anything regarding about the event. The event is a non-profit charity. We want to unite people together. We want to unite, provide a good event for people to be a brotherhood and sisterhood. And you make it sound like this is conspiracy. They have a lot of, and money, this and that. This is all charity. Most of the money is donated from the membership. Some of our business, donation, and that's including, my family. We all try to help out, donate to make sure they have a funding to do charity. So anyway, and the first thing I will say, never say anything about intimidate to any staff. And I'm always the only person to stay at the end on the program. I'm always over there to cheer with our resident. I'm always over there to finish up the event and even try to clean up and help our staff to move the chair, this and that, because they're working so hard. And we have to be united together and helping our community and then in different cultural, especially for children, because children have this opportunity and to perform. You can see it's jam-packed with all the children performance because they're so proud about themselves regarding how to, be there to be proud. A proud children will have a confidence and they will not go into the wrong way for their future. And this is what basically, the mission about City Council and what we over there. And I want to thank CAAWC and try to, share the burden because our Spring Festival is 2 days in the same location. It's 100% city. And this one, it is sponsored by CAAWC, try to reduce the cost, not trying to make a dime because my understanding, nobody, based on your presentation, nobody can pay. Everybody pay out the donation to have all this funding. One question I think is very common. I understand maybe, CAAWC Angel, maybe you don't understand. No, I'm not asking question. Don't know how to answer because you have a 500, that's 2021, still pandemic. But I think possible they have a reserve to pay the $2,500 for the donation. Again, is try to say something conspiracy to a nonprofit charity and try to help the city for the children program, try to help them to have a better way for their education and after school program. I think this is how we over here for help the community, bring the event, bring this unity of brotherhood and sisterhood. Most important thing. And another thing is about all this detail, money, check, this and that. I think they have no problem to bring all the receipt, this and that. It's a non-profit. And nobody can pay. So in that way, where's the issue? No matter what, all this, and reserve, everything have to donate out for the scholarship, people in need, or a senior meal program, or any of the after school program, or any of city program for our nonprofit, Kiwani Club, this and that, to donate to them if they in need. And that's what, because city doesn't have a budget to pay. So with the CAAWC and try to help out. But I'm sorry, you guys get this kind of treatment because the difference between myself and him. But again, I want to thank you for donate your personal time and willing to come over here. Okay. And, I know you didn't expect for this kind of grueling. Okay. Because sound like the prosecutor and you got a bunch of criminal. It's not about that. It's about, thank you so much for your, okay, and dedication and any of the number. Okay, you can, okay, maybe the accountant, right? Okay, maybe you can put the detail, this and that into the check. And my understanding, I receive a CC, okay, from, okay, and your association regarding all the number, including all the performance. I think you already sent to Roxanne and, am I right? You received including the
numbers were sent to Susie Perez, myself, Mila Marakich, Karen Ogawa, and the city attorney were CC'd on it.
So you already received 2025.
The city received some of the event information in the spreadsheets regarding the 2025 event.
Okay, and okay. So anyway, thank you so much. Okay, because I got a CC too, so I know. Okay, you guys received.
Yeah, it was sent late Friday afternoon.
Yep. So you guys already sent out. Okay, and
I have a point of clarification.
Okay, and would you please?
I have a point of clarification.
Yeah. Okay.
Just so I understand, I didn't understand. Did they return any? Did they turn in any of their prior years? Roxanne. So no.
I would not be aware of that. No, I wasn't involved in 2024.
Okay.
So
Would you please provide the 2024 and 2023 to the city, okay, and if it's possible in the timely manner, okay, and if you receive, okay, and maybe have the city, okay, and send you a request. So you guys can have a based on request. You don't send to them without request. So have Roseanne, can you send a request for them? So send to this, you have email address, right? So you have CAAWC email. So would you please send a request so they can provide you the spreadsheet and include the detail? Okay, so you can have that. Okay, and Mayor Pro Tem, you have something to say? Go ahead.
Yes, thank you for being here. In actuality, the focus should be on the city side. We need to look at what partnerships look like in general. It shouldn't be just an attack on one nonprofit. The MOU, I understand MOUs are being written, but MOU needs to be reviewed by whether the council wants to look at that as a whole to see what that is required and show what it includes. Because partnership, it's a give and take. Who covers what? We don't even have that written out of who's going to cover what the expenses are, et cetera. So, I mean, that is something that I'd like to focus and look at. And so the requirements, and then plus, this event is already promoted out. People are looking forward to this event. To cancel or do anything with this at its moment is just ridiculous because it's happening. The community, this is what brings the community together. This is what they're looking forward to. Now, for future nonprofits or future events, then that's something we need to look at and consider, and that we need to work with city staff on that. Partnership, sponsorship, if we need to fall and break down the details, that would be helpful. I mean, that's what I would have to say. Instead of focusing on this, we need to focus on our city side, focus how much the city is willing to spend. If there is a cutoff, okay, special events, we can only cover this, nonprofits cover that. I'm currently doing that right now with a big festival and a parade, and we are working on who is going to cover what, and that needs to be brought and it needs to be displayed here so that we could so that we don't have to deal with these issues moving forward. I want to focus on current and future. So that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Okay. Rosario, go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor. I have a question for Councilman Gutierrez.
Yes.
So my question to you is, what are you pursuing? Are you trying to gather evidence for an investigation to provide to the IRS? Mm-hmm. Or are you trying to find out how much the city is spending on these festivals, and so we can curtail that and not have to spend so much money?
Yeah.
Now, if you do want to go and move forward and submit some documents to the IRS, then I see that. But I just don't feel that the audience needs to be put through that, because it sounds like you're doing an audit right here in front of everyone. And I think that you should gather all this information.
Please, okay, let her finish her
and then
speech.
submit it.
Yeah.
Submit it to the IRS. And, we have exempt organization I never worked there, but they have an exempt organization where they can audit their exemption status.
Yeah.
So that's one.
Yeah.
But I thought we were here concerned about what we're spending on the events.
Yes.
How much we're spending on city staff. And I think that's something of concern, not just with them though, because the way I see it is we're targeting them. And in my opinion, I don't think it looks right. If we're going to target, or if we're going to look at every sponsors or exempt organizations like this that participate in our city, then, like I said before, we need to look at all of them. And I can understand that we probably do spend a lot of money with staff. We have a lot of staff at all these events. So to me, right now, we already have this planned. It's got to move forward. I personally feel that it probably should be moved because in the future, and that's something that we can discuss, and move it to City Hall where it's less. We won't use that much city staff because obviously city staff is used a lot when we have it at Glendora Avenue. And that was my dream, is to promote Glendora Avenue. That was my goal when I came and I became the city councilwoman.
So if I can answer the councilwoman's question, because she asked me the question. So the reason why I'm asking the Chinese American Association of West Covina, because they were the only charity non-compliant to the voluntary audit requests. Second, when I'm questioning them on this, is because their documents, the numbers they presented tonight don't match their tax filings, Councilwoman Diaz. And I know with your distinct background coming from the IRS, I would assume that would be a huge red flag. And the second thing was the taxpayers have already spent $152,000 on this event, but we saw tonight that they made profit while the city had to pay their expense. So last year the city spent over $120,000. So
Okay.
I'm not done.
Okay, go ahead.
So I noticed that with this organization, we did have the numbers of what we spend on staff, right? But we didn't have it for the Kiwanis. So I still want to see that. And we haven't seen that. We haven't seen how much we spend when they have their events and we use staff. So, I mean, just to be consistent, I don't want to feel like we're targeting just one group. I
agree. Everyone should turn in their documents. And I believe I was told that Councilwoman Lopez Villado's charity turned in their numbers yesterday. So
okay, and one thing is, okay, again, from the beginning this year, okay, I think the city, okay, regarding CAAWC, okay, will continue to do I think, Angel, you asked me, okay, or should we do there or do which one would be cheaper? Okay, and I think the suggestion is at the parking lot, okay, over here, because this is a huge parking lot, and then this is less cost. We don't have to block the street. But I think the staff basically prefers I think they told me on the area. Okay, and because try to revitalize the area. But again, city decide what they do. Okay, this is a city event. Okay, and you just help try to sponsor and put a great event. Okay, and I agree with Councilwoman Diaz. Okay, it should be, because I kind of understand you guys have no idea. Okay, how the city spend the police and fire. And I think that's why you donate 10,000. Possible assume they should be covered enough for staff, but look like it's far away from the spending. Okay, and I'm kind of shocked too that city will spend that money. That's why I've been asking on my side, say, hey, can we audit the city book? Okay, why we spend that much money if you guys already pay for very expensive 40,000, 50,000 of a rental, okay, all the volunteers, the fuel, everything. Why we need that many staff? Where's the overtime coming from? So this is how I ask, and the city to audit ourselves, because, you are a nonprofit. Okay, we city have no jurisdiction to you, but we as a city council, we have the right to look into our own book. Why we spend that much of money Okay, supposedly the most expensive is the rental, the tent, the stage, all this sound, this and that. Okay, and we should compare the one event, Spring Festival, that's 100% city, and even July 4th. But again, the we more go into it, then city will be no event. Because everybody's scared about make a mistake, and nobody want to do event, nobody want to sponsor, and nobody want to work with city, and nobody even want to do charity and donate money to the kid. And that's not what we here as a city council, to scare people. Inquisition, okay, we want the inquisition and try to put you underneath and look like you guys look horrible, like you got a bunch of criminal. I said again, I want to thank you guys, okay, because now you can pay. You guys just come over here, try to help, okay, and try to, okay, I ask you guys, you want to come over here, you guys right away say willing, but I don't know, we'll have all this kind of inquisition. So this is not you guys sign up for. Because I know none of you get a dime or anything. Am I right, accountant? Okay, do they have any people get paid?
I wish.
Okay, so nobody get paid, right? Besides you, right? Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. Again, the issues on who's responsible for what. And also when, I found out that not all nonprofits were asked for this information. We have amazing nonprofits, such as the West Covina Beautiful that our city treasurer oversees. We have NAACP. We have so many other nonprofits that utilizes city facilities, and not information is not, they weren't even asked for it. So this, again, was only targeted to certain people. That was one. The second, you remember, we had the biggest toy giveaway, and that was through, I don't know if you had your nonprofit or, foundation or anything, but it was a great event. I don't even know what was spent, but that day, it was half day. We closed up streets that went all the way to the next city. Irwindale. It was the biggest event. It used a lot of city staff. It used PD, fire, public safety, community services. You and I worked that day, pretty much prepping, planning. I don't even know what costs that city staff used.
Yeah,
that had
Frank Gutierrez event, yes.
Yeah, and I do appreciate it.
And I'll answer your question. And so that,
no, I'm just saying. We're talking about transparency, and the focus again.
But I didn't have a charity, and that's not my charity.
Well, I don't know how that was covered. Or what was? City. Then pretty much, if you're saying,
was I on the city council at that time?
You were a commissioner.
Okay.
You were a commissioner. We worked together.
Did they collect a profit?
I don't know.
Well, this organization is.
But I don't know. Yeah. I'm going.
Has this organization ever given to your charity?
Well, hold on.
Would you please don't talk over, please?
We're talking about things that we do for the community, things that the city spends. Mm-hmm. That was a great event, but I can almost guarantee you that.
I have a point of order question for the city attorney.
Wait, no, hold on. I just want to make everybody knows, because we're hitting this, but we also use city staff.
Yeah.
That close. We gave out.
It was in our minds.
Would you please let her finish? Okay.
Well, I'm making the record clarified.
So we were. The point is, we did it together.
Yeah. So I have a point of order question.
Wait. No, you spoke.
So you're not so you're not going to follow the Roper Rules of Orders? Okay, great.
Frank, okay, and Councilman Gutierrez, okay, and I think we all respect you to spend time.
Well, I'm addressing
but let her finish her question, then you can write it down.
My thing for that, and I'm not hitting this. I'm not hitting CAAWC. I'm not hitting what we did. I'm not hitting anything that we give out to the community. We give out a free event. People were happy. We did all that. But I know city staff, that was a lot of expense. That was overtime. We did it on a weekend. We closed streets. We met before. We met evening. We closed early morning. And then that was going to go on. That went on for quite amount of time. But that was road closures. That was working with other cities as well, other entities. So my thing for that alone, I know costs a lot. But I just wanted to bring this all out, because we did that together. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, you brought in lots of donations or whatever it is, and which was a good deed for the community, but I don't even know what everything that was happening in between, what was covered.
Yeah,
what
that was not my charity, so.
But it came from you, and I don't know how you handle it or who was it, but somebody paid for that. They paid for the toys. But the city paid for all that other stuff, the overtime, the staffing, and all those things that had to occur. So I just wanted to bring that up as well. But again, my focus is for future, moving forward. I just want if the focus is on the city side, if it's costing a lot, then we need to look at that. How can we save costs? What can we do? Community events, you lose money. That's how it goes. Community events, it's not profiting because we're giving it for free for everybody to utilize. Anybody could come in. So that's all I have to say, but we've just,
Okay, Council Member Gutierrez.
Yeah, I have a question for the city attorney. If a nonprofit, which is the Chinese American Association, if they donated money to Film at West Covina, which is the charity founded and operated by Leti Lopez Villaro, is that a conflict of interest, city attorney, or you have to look into it?
A conflict of interest for who?
The councilwoman operates a nonprofit called Film at West Covina, and the Chinese American Association has donated to that nonprofit. Is there a conflict there?
No, I don't believe the Mayor Pro Tem has any financial interest.
I actually didn't even want to do the film festival this year or last year because of everything that was going on. The students did, the committee board members did, they all did the work. So
I just want to make sure that the public knows.
Okay, and the attorney already answered your question. And Rosario, you want to say anything? You good? Okay, Oli, you want to say you good? You stay out with this trouble? Okay, okay, you say you good? Okay, now you all good. Everybody love you because you stay out of the trouble. Okay, so anybody want to say anything? Otherwise, I want to close this presentation. I'm so sorry to drag you guys, and I understand you're not prepared for all this inquisition. Okay, and I know you have a good heart, want to help the city. I saw all the event, all the donation, this and that. You guys are the biggest donor in the city council as long as I sit over here.
Yes, we did. We serve a community for the West Covina for the past 8 years. We never ever have this issue from the city council. So we want to work for free. I'm the volunteer too. So we will continue to help the West Covina, the nonprofit, to give a lot of people they needed donation for the school. But no matter what you say that, Brian, today, but we'll continue to serve the community. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Angel. Okay.
Yeah, I have one thing to say.
I think it's, have a seat. I think it's important. Don't get discouraged. Our children need help. Okay, they need donation. They need scholarship. So I want to thank CAAWC for your support. Okay, and all the effort. Okay, and Mayor Pro Tem Lopez. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. I just wanted to thank CAAWC because a lot of the things it's giving. It's giving back to the community. It's giving back to especially those that are in need. The students and everyone else, and those that are part of the nonprofit. Just anybody in general. You give your time and your money, either or, but that is giving back. So I do. Thank you, and I thank everybody else. I know we have one here also with a nonprofit. Thank you for what you do and what you give back to the community. So I just wanted to say thank you for all that.
Okay. And Council Member Gutierrez, go ahead.
Yes, and so I was elected by the people of my district, and when I'm elected to this office, I hold a legal and ethical obligation to ask questions. So I am just doing the job that the people elected me to do, and I'll continue to do so by asking questions when tax forms don't match the numbers on record, and I will continue to make sure that they have a voice on this council. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you, Council Member Gutierrez. Any other member want to say something? Okay, but the conclusion is this. Thank you for coming, and CAAWC. Don't get discouraged. Okay, I want you to put your head high, okay, and continue to do the great thing and support our community, support our children, education, and the after-school program. Thank you so much. Okay, and thank you. Okay, and we are going to the Okay, and the manager report, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, by the way, as acting city manager, do I ever threaten you?
No, Mr. Mayor. Okay, so first slide. There we go. So the Cortez Park Community and Senior Center celebrated the end of the summer with its annual Summer Luau, featuring a special Hawaiian meal, dancing with DJ Rudy, and fun raffles. Thank you to Eminent Health for its sponsorship. One of the issues that came up at the previous council meeting, I just want to give a quick update, is on the code of conduct. So I'm currently in the process of reviewing existing municipal code and personnel rules, policies, and procedures. At a future meeting, I'll be providing recommendations to the existing language in these documents, also providing the council with a menu of options to include an updated code of conduct, provide a draft copy to the council for review and consideration, and then plan to place on a council meeting agenda for approval or denial at a future meeting. One of the issues that has been an issue in the city for a couple of years now, and I know there's some calls to my office this week, was the Westport and Amar intersection, where we had two tragedies several years ago, and I was actually at both of those tragedies, so I'm very familiar with the intersection and everything that's happened there. So in response to the previous collisions at the intersection, Westport and Amar, the City Council directed the Engineering Division to evaluate potential improvements to alert drivers traveling along Amar Road. I'll bring you up to date where we're at currently today. The city has submitted a request for authorization to proceed with preliminary engineering to Caltrans and is currently pending approval to begin the design phase. Once authorization is received from the state, the city will advertise an RFP for design services, and the selected designer will be brought back to the City Council for approval prior to execution of the design agreement. So, in the interim, as part of the fiscal year 2024-25 citywide pedestrian and vehicle traffic safety improvements project, the City Council installed multiple measures at and near this intersection to address concerns related to speeding, to improve driver awareness until we can finalize and get the dedicated left turn signals in place at this intersection. So some of these improvements include installation of oversized speed limit signage, installation of new and replacement signal ahead signage with highly reflective neon signs eastbound and westbound, installation of yellow backplates on existing signal heads, repainting the center median nose with yellow reflective paint, installation of new object marker signage on center medians, installation of left turn yield on green signs east and westbound, installation of new feedback signage in advance of the intersection. I've also attached a couple photos of where these improvements have been placed, and also a picture here of the improvements, the overhead signals. Again, this is temporary until we get the permanent dedicated left turn bays installed. But since taking over a couple months ago, this intersection, this project has remained a priority. I'm working with our engineering department. They've checked in as recently as today with the state, trying to expedite this so we can move this project forward and make this intersection safer. So prior to this meeting, I hadn't seen any presentation by the CAAWC, and I hadn't spoken to the council, and I had spoken to my staff about the 2025 Supermoon Festival. So one of the things that we discussed was the current location, the days of operation, the fact that this has now become a city event, and it will be taking full responsibility for the event in all aspects, including the operational costs, any projected income, city staffing, overtime, and being fiscally responsible to the city, to the community. So taking all these items into consideration and reviewing previous documents, understanding that last year the city spent $120,000 on this event, right? And there's a lot of benefit to these community events. But what price tag do you put on them? I don't know if the CAAWC is here. I appreciate everything you've done and everything you try to do for the city and have done. For me, I greatly appreciate it. I do love the event. It's been very successful. But you get back to the actual facts and the actual costs. And again, the presentation tonight, that's the first I had seen of it. I had no idea actually what the CAAWC raised or what their expenses were. So I just factored those in tonight. So understanding that everything costs more nowadays, it would cost more this year to do it than last year. So again, I met with my staff, and my staff is great. They said, whatever you decide to do, we'll be there. We'll make sure it happens without hesitation. At some point, you really have to sit back and say, what's fair to the staff? We have actually less than 30 days to plan this event and pull it off. We have State of the City this week, so this week's out. We still haven't gone to the health department to pull any permits or any of those things. The logistics, we have some information that's been provided by the organization of vendors that were going to participate or want to participate, and some of the acts that performers that were going to be at the event. So at the end of the day, this is one of those situations where you're not going to get a consensus among the 5 elected, and you're not going to get a complete consensus from the community. So when I first took over, I said my primary role is to be responsible to the community and responsible to protect my staff. So in doing that, I spent this weekend going through the numbers, the logistics, and the items I've identified. So I've made the decision, and I'm going to move the event to City Hall. I'm going to take it off of Glendora, because right now, I believe it would cost us about $200,000 to run it on Glendora Avenue. And I have, from the presentation tonight, I can see that they brought some income in, but obviously that's not enough to offset the $200,000. And also on the city side, even if the organization brought in enough to cover their expenses, it still doesn't alleviate the fact that the city spent $120,000 last year, and this year will cost more. So to be fiscally responsible to the city, to be fair to my staff, taking into all the considerations, we're going to move the Supermoon Festival to City Hall, and we will run it for one day for sure. Depending on the revenue and income from sponsorship and the vendors, we'll make a determination if we go to day 2, and I'll meet with my staff on day 2. But at this time, that is going to be the plan. And that concludes my presentation, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you so much. And any other city council have a question? Otherwise, I'm moving to oral communication. Okay, and how many speakers we have for tonight?
Mayor Wu, we have a total of 7 speakers.
How many?
7 speakers.
7? Yeah, go ahead. Okay, and come to the first speaker, please.
Speaker number 1, Sherry Berulian, followed by Josh Murray, followed by Doug Four.
Okay, I want to speak on several issues tonight. One was the town hall that Brian had. I want to thank you for that. It's the best town hall this city has ever had. But I do not think, yes, thank you. I do not think we need that type of town hall for a district. The city has a responsibility to us, the community, to know who is in charge. Since last year, what do we have, 120,000 people? I would venture to say only 10% of the entire city knows that we have a new chief of police. We have an interim city manager. We have a new assistant city manager. We have a new HR person, a new finance person. City doesn't know that. I would recommend every single January you put on that type of town hall right here for the benefit of all the city to know who their people are just by recognition. Most people that came to Brian's thing got angry because they came for 2 reasons, the Del Norte site and the street sweeping. But the city does need to do every January, especially with this council. God knows, 6 months from now, we might have 10 new employees, So we need to change that. As for the rules of decorum, there's always been rules of decorum here. And why this chamber not break into laughter when you were the one who announced the decorum rules? absolutely was flooring. Of anyone, you have done more intimidation, more lawsuits than any mayor in this city or any councilman in this city in the history of the city. And if we would spend a little bit more time and money instead of putting on these moon festivals, all of the festivals, that light needs to be fixed. And I'm going to correct you on that. There's been 5 deaths at that intersection, 2 just last week, 3 a year ago. The second most intersection is the one on Puente and Vincent. Yes, I know everyone keeps saying we put the money in, we put the money in. Doesn't matter if you've approved it. Those lights are not in there, and that is people's lives, your constituents' life. And you're so concerned about all of your festivals that these lights are not being taken care of.
Thank you. Okay, next speaker, please.
Next speaker is Josh Murray.
Welcome back, Josh.
Hi, good evening, Mayor, members of the council. My name is Josh Murray. I'm here on behalf of the West Covina Library. Teens of the community are invited to attend the Teen Advisory Board meeting tomorrow, Wednesday, September 3rd, from 4 to 5 p.m. Teens will collaborate on the next month's teen program offerings, teen library topics, and they will provide the librarian with insight on what our teens want in their library. On Wednesday, September 10th, from 3:30 to 4:30 p.m., children between the ages of 5 and 12 are invited to learn about drums in our upcoming program, Book, Boom, Bang, Drums. Children are invited to discover some interesting facts about drums, learn some beat patterns, and then assemble and decorate their very own drum to play. And I do thank you for your time.
Thank you, Josh. Next speaker.
Next speaker is Doug Four.
Hello. Once again, I'm here to City Council tonight, and regarding the lack of transparency, the city needs and does a lot of backdoor spending and takes action on items the public has no knowledge of. Secret hires, contracts. Now it's contracts under 50,000. It used to be under 250,000, but Brian got that changed. I strongly suggest that you adopt West Covina School District's policy in agendizing all contracts and agreements the city enters into for public view and comments. Every MOU, every agreement, every contract, every hire needs to be on the agenda no matter the amount. I ask each member of this council to stand up for the community, stand up for what you believe is right. You don't have to listen to just one person or does what he tells you to do. That is why we are at this point today, and that is why this meeting happened today. I do want to thank you for bringing stuff to light. Mr. Wu, October 1st, last year, right after that meeting.
Excuse me, your time? You didn't start the time.
October 1st, right after that meeting, you announced that there was over 250 vendors there. 250 vendors, if every vendor paid $500, that is well over $100,000 worth of vendor fees that they collected. They announced today that they collected $31,485. So what is the right number? Just tell us what the right number is. And I agree that every organization, especially if they're making a profit, needs to be accountable to you guys if the city is spending money. They also had a fee on there that I found very odd, considering I own restaurants here, of $6,100 for the health department of fees that they paid last year. What in the world did they pay $6,100 for a 2-day fee to the health department? That fee makes 0 sense. So I think that happens because maybe we could start talking, and you're right, maybe we don't go back and we just move forward. I don't know what it is, but I also want to announce that last year the sponsors, and thank you for bringing that up, Jones Meyer Law, which our attorney works for, he was a major sponsor of the Moon Festival last year. Southern California Gas Company, Athens, Royal Coaches, which has our towing in our city. Trans Tech also was a major sponsor last year. So, that stuff needs to be brought to light. Maybe that's why these guys keep getting all the contracts.
Okay, thank you, Doc. Okay, next speaker, please.
Next speaker is JD, followed by Jim Grivich, followed by Robin and Sean Martin, I believe.
JD? Start the clock, please. Okay, stop the clock.
You got enough enemies already?
I know.
Good evening, Council. I'm stepping up because there was an issue raised at the last meeting with regards to promotion based on the number of years worked. I find that is ludicrous as firing commissioners for no cause. I do not believe that the city gives their employees a civil service exam before they get hired or promote. So to tell residents that they may have a city manager or a HR director that comes out of maintenance, and I'm not picking on maintenance, or out of code enforcement, just because they meet the number of years is crazy. You either need to examine the employee to ensure that they do have the qualifications to do the job. If not, you will find yourself in the same mess that you found yourself tonight, looking at it after the fact. And that's what I wanted to say on that issue. Since I still have some more time, in closing, I'd just like to say, shame on you, Mr. Gutierrez. You used this for political reasons. You took advantage of this group. Whether there is something wrong or not, your motive is not to serve the people. You're doing this for self-serving reasons. That's how I see it, and I feel that you were way overboard tonight with those folks. You could have taken all those questions, written them down, and sent them to them, and gotten their response in written form without having to humiliate them. Shame on you, sir.
Thank you, JD. Next speaker, please.
Next speaker is Jim Grivich.
This is relative to what that long discussion we just had. For several years in a row, I asked the city council to ask for a detailed accounting of overtime in this city. There never has been such a over accounting. I would ask somebody to put it on a Mother May I. The city really needs to find out where all that money is going. Secondly, I wanted to talk about what JD brought up, which is people need to be qualified to do their jobs. It should be common sense that they should be qualified. It shouldn't be based on how many years somebody sat in a chair. It should be based on knowledge, skills, and ability. I spent my entire career dealing with trying to hire the best possible people and also having to fire people that weren't able to do their job. And I think it is miserable that item 2, which has been pulled, is saying management doesn't even need a degree. Name me an organization, any organization that doesn't think management needs a degree. Top management. And if you don't believe me, because there was a statement the federal government doesn't require that anymore, which I think is bizarre. I asked this question on the internet today about all those positions on the list. Not one of them, except for assistant city clerk or fire department chief, doesn't require a degree. I'm talking about in the real world. Only here. Anyway, I want this passed out to the city council.
Thank you, Jim. Okay, you done? You want to continue?
I wanted to give you a specific example so you understand what I mean, because whoever wrote that city report is just wrong. The federal government hasn't gotten rid of degree requirements. I don't know where the person got that from. My daughter was just hired by the Security and Exchange Commission about 2 years ago, and they put her through the 3rd degree because she had the wrong kind of master's degree. Where in the world did they get the idea you don't even need a bachelor's to be a manager? She's at level 12, which is not the top, but it's up there. And they said she needed a master's. And she had to give them She had a whole bunch of certifications, financial. She works for the Securities and Exchange Commission. And she had a bunch of certifications that she's a financial planner, financial analyst, etc. And she had to prove to them that that was as good as her master's in drama. And they accepted it. They hired her. But my point is, you have to have qualified people. This mess that you're dealing with in this city is not going to get better if you don't.
Thank you, Jim. Okay, next speaker, please.
Next speaker is Robin and Sean Martin.
Yeah.
Hi. I've lived in this community since 1972. Lower.
Put it down. Okay, yes.
Thank you. And the coyotes are not part of our ecological system. They are out of control. Nobody's doing anything about them. We have them living in our yards. They killed my dog, a 6-pound Maltipoo that I've had 11 years. They killed her, just instantly crushed her. And we are very protective over that dog. She's never outside alone. She happened to get out and the coyote just got her. Nothing we could do about it. 11 years, that was my dog. That was my baby.
And here's the thing.
Could you say the location? Okay, the coyote.
Between there's like about 3 or 4 of them. Okay.
Location, what street?
Walnut Creek Park.
Walnut Creek. Okay, got it.
Okay, Walnut Creek in Hollebeck. I've seen like about 3 or 4. They're coming more often. We've seen them like about 3 times this week.
They
Normally,
kill the neighbors' turtles. They're killing pets all around.
They're killing cats, everything.
Cats' heads and tails in people's yards.
I'm afraid of the little kids around that in our neighborhood because I seen a coyote early in the morning jump an 8-foot brick wall with the cat in his mouth. And just think of, one day that some kids playing in the backyard and there's a coyote right there and that's it. Boom, gone.
They're multiplying.
They're multiplying.
Nobody's doing anything about it. They are not part of our ecological system. They have not been here. I've lived here for 50 years, 50-something years. Never seen coyotes until the last 5 or 10 years.
We believe that they're living by the riverbed, by the wash. And they're coming out 3 times a day. I used to see them like once a month. But now they're 3 times a week.
They killed the neighbor. The neighbor never told us. But every time I go, I see a coyote, I tell the neighbors, protect your dogs. Don't leave your dog outside. I don't even let my dog outside, even to go potty. She's on a leash. But she happened to get out of the house and ran next door, and the coyotes were there because they're eating the turtles from the neighbors. They're all over our area, and it's only going to take 1 kid to die before anybody does anything. They are not part of they can be relocated. That's what we pay taxes for, to live in a safe community. We're scared to walk outside of our house. We're walking the neighborhood looking, and me and the neighbor, we're watching because there's a big old bush, and nobody trims it. I called the city. They just sent me to voicemail. That bush, there was somebody hiding in the bush. If it was a homeless person, we don't know. We don't even go by it anymore. It's scary. We don't know who's in the bush. I called the city. I called the police. Did anybody do anything? We have no idea.
Okay.
Then we find out across
Thank
the
you.
street,
And we will have a city attorney to answer you.
in their van walking around our neighborhood at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
What are the police doing?
Got it. Thank you so much. And next speaker, please.
Mayor, you have one more speaker. Samuel Martinez.
Samuel.
Thank you, Mayor. What I'm about to say or read here is not intended as a political statement, but it's a statement for the city that I love and that I've lived in since 1988. Recently, after the shooting in the Catholic Church, a Catholic school that we all know about, the statement, "Our thoughts and prayers are with you," was criticized. Statements were made that thoughts and prayers are not enough. We need legislative action, police, policy change, and tangible support. And of course, to all that I say, that's right. However, to disparage the statement, "Our thoughts and prayers are with you," to disparage that statement is to fail to see the power of prayer. I'm a pastor in this city. I live in this city. I love this city. Prayer should always precede actions. Prayer, someone said, is not preparing you for the greater work. Prayer is the greater work. So I encourage all people of faith in this city to pray for the schools in your neighborhood. That was going to be my emphasis today. But after being here today, I realized that I need to encourage all my fellow citizens to pray for the city council, pray for the mayor, pray for all the staff, okay? But specifically, I want to say, pray for the schools in your neighborhood. I tell people, I was on social media a couple of years ago, and I said, you don't even have to pray for all the schools in the country or in all the county. Just pray for the schools in your neighborhood. I pray for Mesa Elementary, Barranca Elementary, and South Hills High School because I can walk to all these schools because they're very near to my house. May what happened in this horrific event in the Catholic school, by the grace of God, may not happen here. And with that, being cognizant of the different faiths that are in our city, I want to pray for our schools in West Covina. Father, in Jesus' name, cause our schools in West Covina to continue to be safe havens. Place your angels over our schools. We place the blood of Jesus over our schools and confuse all the works of the evil one against our schools in Jesus' name. And hey, Mayor, City Council, my thoughts and prayers are with you guys. Love you.
Thank you so much.
God bless you. Amen.
We love you. Okay, any other speaker?
There are no more speakers.
None, then we move to the acting city manager response, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Sherry, thank you for your comments on the town halls, decorum, and obviously the traffic intersection at Amar and Westport. Josh, thank you for the updates on our library. Doug Four, thank you for discussing and speaking about transparency, the posting of MOUs, new hires, agendizing different activities and events and documents that we have. With the launch of our new website, we are looking to incorporate all of these things. JD, thank you for your comments on city employment and the requirements for city employees. Jim Grivich, thank you for your information about, again, qualifying employees to take certain positions. And on the detail of overtime, that doesn't need to be a Mother May. I'll ask our finance director to provide that. I'll provide it to the council, and we'll do a presentation, whether in the city manager's report or under departmental matters with the finance department. But we'll put that on an upcoming agenda. You don't need to Mother May I that. That's something the community should already know. Ruben and Sean Martin, our deepest sympathies for the loss of your pet. The issue of coyotes, we've been receiving quite a few calls, emails regarding coyote activity in West Covina. And it's similar, speaking with a number of city managers and cities in the San Gabriel Valley, it's an issue in all the cities right now. Currently, the issue of coyotes, the regulation, the enforcement, all of that falls under the state Department of Fish and Wildlife. There's very little that local jurisdictions in Southern California do with coyotes. There's maybe 1-2 cities that have an ordinance for coyotes, but we have on our website our coyote management plan, which obviously may need to be updated at this point. But the city does respond. If we get a call about a coyote den, for example, that are in a bushes near a sidewalk or on a vacant lot or anything, we do send our public safety staff out there. If it's on city property, our public works department would address that. And again, if there's ever an immediate concern with a coyote threatening somebody's safety, someone's pet safety, you can call our police department. They will respond for those emergencies. If it's just a general concern about you have an area where you believe coyotes are breeding or staying, call our city staff, call our public safety department, and I'll make sure that we have officers investigate, and we'll try to eliminate the areas that they find easy for them to reside. You want to minimize the foliage, the brush in areas where they will congregate, and hopefully it pushes them outside of our city limits. They do run the wash. They do run the wash from city to city. They don't recognize boundaries. They'll continue to move on as long as they can find food and water. So we want to minimize the comfort zone that they have, and hopefully that reduces the number of coyotes that we see in the city of West Covina. Pastor Martinez, thank you for your comments and your prayers regarding the Catholic Church, the recent shootings we had, and that stems and that covers all the tragic events that have happened throughout the country. And thank you for praying for our school district, our kids, and the betterment of this community. And that concludes my comments for tonight.
Okay, thank you. And then we'll move to consent calendar. Any council member want to approve anything? No. Really good. Okay, so let's go to do I have a motion to move the 1, 2, 3?
I'll move the motion.
Okay, do I have a second? Okay, first and second.
Real quick for clarification, we pulled item number 2. So these would be items
Yeah, number 2 is
1, 3, and 4.
Yeah. 1 to 4. Okay, and moved by Councilwoman Dia, second by Mayor Pro Tem or Councilman Oli. Which one?
It was Letty, I think.
Letty?
It was Letty.
Okay, Mayor Pro Tem Letty. Okay, roll call, please.
Okay, roll call vote. Councilman Contos?
Aye.
Councilwoman Diaz?
Aye.
Councilmember Gutierrez?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Lopez Viado?
Aye.
Mayor Wu?
Aye, and approve 5-0, and we'll move to the public hearing, the number 5. Number 5. Okay, number 5. Okay, consideration of introductions of ordinance number 2533, call amendment number 25-01 to allow modification to existing drive-through food establishment with approval of conditional use permit. Okay, and this matter public hearing consists of ordinance number 2533 with the Assistant City Manager. Okay, the proper verification, legal notification has been given.
It has, Mayor.
So it's been verified. At this time, I want to open the public hearing on this project. The first will be the presentation of the staff report, and then they shall hear from those in favor of the project, then opposed. Who is going to report this item?
I will, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, go ahead.
Just a little background. On February 20th of 2024, the City Council approved Code Amendment number 23-01, adopting ordinance number 2519, prohibiting the construction and new uses of drive-through food establishments throughout the city to address overconcentration issues. On June 17th, 2025, the City Council voted to direct staff to explore amending the development code to allow for existing drive-throughs to be modified to correct traffic, queuing, vacancy, or other related issues. The former Carl's Jr., now Spotless Burger, also vacant, restaurant was used as an example. The site's drive-through was approved through a conditional use permit as a reverse drive-through, where the drive-through window is accessible through the passenger side of the vehicle. And due to all this configuration, the property owners had a problem attracting restaurant tenants, which have all expressed the desire to reconstruct a new building with a different drive-through configuration. So on July 22nd, 2025, the Planning Commission held a public hearing to consider the code amendment and voted to recommend to the City Council approval and adoption of the draft ordinance. Consistent with the general plan, the amendment follows general plan policies of a prosperous community, maintain and enhance the city's current tax base, build and grow West Covina's regional appeal, and support local businesses. And that concludes my presentation. If you have any questions,
okay, any council have any question? If not, I'm going to open up any speaker oppose or agree with this. Anybody want to speak on this item? None? Okay, in that way, I'm going to close the public comment. I'm going to bring back to City Council to discussion. If none, do I have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve the consideration and introduction of ordinance number
Okay.
2533.
Do I have a second? Okay, roll call, please.
Okay, I have a first from Councilmember Gutierrez, a second from Mayor Pro Tem Lopez Viado. Roll call vote. Councilman Contos.
Aye.
Councilwoman Diaz.
Aye.
Councilmember Gutierrez.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Lopez Viado.
Aye.
And Mayor Wu.
I approve 5-0. Hopefully, at this approval, they can find a burger place. So we play. It look horrible. Okay, hopefully we can recruit some business. Okay, have a drive-through. But okay, thank you. Okay, and then now we move to council comment or request. Do I have any requests?
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
Oh, go ahead. Okay, the right-hand side. Yes.
In response to Mr. and Mrs. Martin, I that actually hits home. My own dog Angel was lost to a coyote on the 26th of June 2022, and I just was wondering I'd like to seek approval to ask that the staff produce a report on resources on strategies for coyote abatement, including relocation or other measures to abate coyote presence. So that way, that includes removal and whatever happens with them, et cetera. And also, if there are services that remove them and whatever is occurring there, can staff also provide a list of samples of entities that do that in case there are private residents who want to utilize those services to take care of those issues within their neighborhoods.
Got it. Okay. And I just have a question for acting city manager. As I remembered, okay, a couple of years ago, we have coyote, okay, and policy, and and I remember CAAWC and county came over here to do a presentation, and I understand this is a county jurisdiction, or this is so because since we already have policy, are we going to have a new policy replace the old policy, or county should step in, okay, to take care of our current potentially coyote issue, based on the couple say they see more coyote, okay. In my neighborhood, a couple of years ago, I see a pack of coyote. Recently, I didn't see them, so I don't know where they moved to, because they're moving around hillside, this school. So, but I don't know whose jurisdiction on the funding, okay, about this animal control issue.
So the issue of coyotes is specifically under the control of the State Department of Fish and Wildlife.
So it's not the county, okay, because they have an animal control?
No, it's not under animal control. Actually, coyotes are going to be classified under Fish and Wildlife.
So, what can we do if, Councilman Ollie requests the city to look into, should we get funding from the state, or what can we do based on satisfy his mother, may I?
If I understand Councilman Contos' mother, may I? One, he would like us to explore options that maybe other cities have utilized for the maintenance, control, eradication, relocation of coyotes. And two, I'm not a subject matter expert on fish and wildlife, but I believe it would be smart to have Fish and Wildlife do a presentation on the current conditions of coyotes in West Covina, Southern California, and also provide options and answer questions of what cities can do specifically when it comes to wildlife. Again, I'm familiar with one other city.
Understand. So you basically, based on his mother, may I, we can invite the state animal control, wildlife, okay, and fish and game or fish and wildlife to come to city to give us some presentation?
It's two parts. Yes, invite them to come and do a presentation, and also have the city manager's office work with the state to provide samples of what other cities have done in addition to what we could.
Anybody against this?
No.
Okay, then it's approved.
Maybe you could, sorry.
You go ahead.
Maybe you could reach out to Assemblywoman Rubio's office or Senator Rubio's office, and maybe they could coordinate with Fish and Wildlife Speaker Bureau to come over.
So, Mother, may I to have a stay and the Fish and Wildlife or Fish and Game to come over here, okay, coordinate with, our senator or our assembly, see they can help out. okay, and how to take care of this infestation of coyote overgrown in some neighborhood. So they maybe put some tracking to see, okay, what can we do to make our residents safe, and especially their pet.
That's correct. I understand.
Okay, is that okay with you?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Okay, and any other matter, may I? Okay, none? Are you sure, Brian, you don't have? I want to thank you for that. Okay, 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 and Councilwoman, okay, Diaz, do you have any Mother May I request? No, okay. I just have one. Okay, I hope you can bear with me. Don't jump on me. Okay, because this is need to bring this back. Okay, to the city council. Okay, last time we talked about code of conduct. So I think this is something to bring back for us to discuss about what we can do, what we cannot do, including everybody, including myself, this and that. So in that way, we all abide by that. And the same thing, okay, look into other city, how we do town hall. Should we do, like, say, January or this and that? Okay, will that cost the city staff time or what and that? So put a suggestion and put back for city council to discuss and approve and this and that. So in that way, at least we have a guideline for the future. Okay, have anybody against that?
I'll just,
Mr. Mayor?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, you. I'm sorry, Brian. Okay, I'm sorry, Oli.
Sorry, thank you.
I'm too late. I'm
if
confused.
this deals with town halls again, I oppose inclusion of that in the code of conduct for reasons stated last.
No, it's not the code of conduct. It's just like see other city and how we deal with that. Should we do the January like the lady request, or should we do something at least some kind of okay, and what we can do or what is more efficient for our city, okay, staff. Okay, so in that way, everything you got approved, then we go with what you got agree upon, right? So it's a transparency to see other city and this and that. It's not like who decided. No, it's going to come back, okay, and for everybody to see what other city doing, what could be better to run a town hall meeting to make it all district or okay make all this more efficient. And plus, we want to see the staff time. Hopefully, we're not going to, okay, take too much of their time. Thank you so much. Since you mentioned nothing in your head.
Writing it down.
Okay, thank you. Okay, but
Writing it down.
I think this is something we can look into it. It's not necessary. Okay, you guys can decide later on. Okay, so do I, okay, have a, yeah, okay.
Yeah, if I could just say, I don't plan on having town halls every week or every other month or so forth. That was probably a once a year town hall kind of thing. But the action you're trying to do really harms, I think, Council Member Oli Cantos' mission and continued efforts to have constant town halls. And as a council member, I don't find it an issue that Councilmember Cantos has his town halls because he represents the constituents of District 4. But at the same time, I will urge my colleagues to understand that this is not for me, but really an attack on Oli because he's the one who has it more.
No, nobody attack anybody. It's just look into it and see other city. If other city agree to do monthly, weekly, and if some city council want to do it, and this is a guideline, and then you do it. Just open it up. It's not stopping anybody to do anything. It just bring to see how it goes.
My concern is, Mayor Wu, is that you stated multiple times that you wanted to block Councilmember Cantos'
I didn't say anything about.
And staff told me that you complained about my town hall. So
I didn't complain anything.
Attention.
Okay, I hope you don't put a personnel and doing attack again. I'm telling you, this is just putting it in to everybody look into it, see that it's okay about step time and this and that. You guys say okay, then everybody go to this weekly. Okay, Mayor Pro Tem, you want to say something? Go ahead.
I'm not here to eliminate town hall meetings. That is fine. I know everybody, sometimes the word town hall, like I know Mayor Wu did something with his...
I have neighborhood watch.
Neighborhood watch. I've done one. I did
town hall, okay, in the neighborhood, yes.
Yeah, I mean, I've done it where, but I don't call it a town hall, but it's residents. And I think on this one, currently, just right now with the city staff, well, first, thank you. I wasn't sure. That's why I didn't know if you guys are going to have monthly or so forth. And this actually derived, because if 5 council people have monthly town hall meetings, and it is the same topic. District, understandable. You know, you're catering to your district, but as one mentioned, your town hall meeting, I do agree that should be maybe a city council town hall meeting once a year that utilizes all staff, all the councils are there. But in regards to, you know, defining what town hall meeting is it required for all, make it mandatory for city staff? Because I do feel bad for city staff. I don't want them to burn out. They are here working nights, mornings. Imagine 5 town hall plus 2 council, and, you know, I've heard is like almost 3 hours on yours, and if it's like long hours, where is city staff going to get the work done? Plus, guiding on what the requirements are. In the past, we didn't have town hall meetings. I know it started occurring when one wanted to, you know, one was coming up for election, and this came about. And, you know, on that situation, I know they wanted to reprimand one of the officers for speaking on a Q&A. And so, you know, what are the rules on this? Are we making staff, you know, putting them in a situation that may not fall in line with yours? Is it required to make all city directors be there? I know, like, when I've had mine, it was just the area service officer, just to target that. Again, it was a district. How is town hall different than a council meeting? So I think what you are requesting is just a general guidance. How many other cities actually do certain things? And then I know Councilman Cantos used to have town halls before. It used to be like weekends, but it hurt the city staff. But I'm glad that, you know, that was worked out, and it has it during when they're here. But it's how often and what it consists of, how long, and it's just a guidance, not necessarily. I'm not here to eliminate. That's great, but just something to see. I know we. In the past, we adjusted that any council that is running for re-election will not have town hall meetings for certain, and I forgot what the months was that they can't have town hall meetings, so that it just
that part I agree.
Yeah, but see, again, you agree with some, but we don't have any guidance. We don't know what it is. So in this essence, it's more to bring up, like, this is a conversation we could have to modify and know what the rules and regulations and
maybe
stuff.
Mayor Wu's willing to narrow down his request and talk about election season.
No, I think we should put everything regarding the step time, because the step time it not only costs the city money and plus costs the city staff. Right now we are working very thin eye with very little on the staffing, this and that. And I know I can see the pain, of our acting city manager. But again, I agree. Let Ollie, want to have a town hall meeting. He welcome to do any town hall meeting, do any time he like. And I even don't have a problem with he doing the election time, doing the town hall meeting, as long as what the step time, this and that. I think town hall meeting is very healthy, because town hall meeting is about you listen to your constituent and see what they need, and I think it's very healthy. But the only issue is about the staff time. Do we need to force them to be there and this and that? And that is what want to see the discussion. Should we don't force them to be there, or only replacement and this and that? So in that way, we have at least some guideline. And then therefore, not only for us but for the future council. So in that way, and some council, maybe will force the city, staff over there all the time. And if you have a fine, then just like Mayor Poten said, then will be another time. Again, here is not we are going to discuss. I think here just a matter, may I see we see how it goes. And then for that, you guys want to talk election this, and I really don't have a problem even it close to election. Any city council want to do it, I guarantee I won't do it. Or I would do it without even telling, just based on resident, they have an issue about their neighbor or about their breaking, then I will be there, listen to them, and I'm not going to unless they have a police issue, then I will make about maybe the local police, the patrol, to see why they have a break-in. That's it. Okay, I'm not going to force any director and anything. Anyway, just a suggestion about how you listen. Okay, what is the town hall meeting, the definition? Okay, is that I go into the neighborhood watch, is that a town hall? Okay, I think it's no matter what, you want to go to the resident, invite you to their neighborhood to look into their the car issue, this issue, that issue. Since you get elected, you need to go. Okay, but it's not going to restrain your ability to go. It's just about the step time. Okay, should we have a limitation on that or not? Again, it will be subject to discussion, and that's what only my suggestion is: open the transparency to see what is good, and you guys to decide what to go. So, do I have a second,
Mr. Mayor?
Yes, go ahead.
I appreciate the thoughts that have been exchanged, but just for the record, I have had 10 town hall meetings. I'm going to do an 11th on September 25th. And to spend time on something that primarily applies mostly to me, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. In terms of the staff time, it's something where staff need to be available to residents. Sometimes it's weekends, sometimes it's weekdays, but they need to have access to the residents. And for this council to try to govern that, I have not interfered with anything that anyone else has tried to do, whether they have town hall meetings or not, or whatever format they take. I would ask that that this not proceed this way, because it's an indirect way, it's a backdoor way to try to control how I do my town hall meetings by you even trying to tell me how we should use our staff. It's literally, if we do one town hall meeting per staffer, it's 3 hours per quarter. It's not a lot of time. And it has been working successfully. And I'm going to ask that the council leave me alone when it comes to the management of these town hall meetings and not try to tell me what to do with staff, especially when it hardly takes up any staff time at all. You're saying it's for everybody, but I'm the only one who holds consistent town hall meetings. So it's actually primarily about me. And when it comes to Councilman Gutierrez, he's had his town hall meeting, and I'm supportive of that, and all of you holding town hall meetings, whatever way format, whether you use staff, you don't use staff, but we should have our independence to decide how to govern on those issues. We don't take up significant staff time. So I'm going to ask that this not be addressed this way, because it is directed.
Okay, nobody direct to you, please. Okay, we just want to. You can have your town hall meeting. Okay, nobody.
I have staff or whatever at any time.
But the thing is, it will be then available or not. Then we just want to discuss, see that is feasible, and how the acting city manager look into the staffing and this and that, just like anything. Okay, we want to open. Nobody want to stop your town hall. You are welcome to do town hall. I just want to step the one thing. So anyway, I don't want to continue to discuss over there since I moved.
I would like to make a comment. I just want to say again, and I would encourage my colleagues that this is not an attack on me at all. This is an attack on Oli. And if you respect Oli and respect his leadership, this is not the way to do it. I only had one, so don't worry about me. But this is really an attack on Oli. So if you respect him, you shouldn't be voting on a measure like that that's going to limit his ability to have town halls and have staff members.
Again, okay, thank you so much. Okay, it's nobody attacking anybody. Just like, okay, we want to listen to what is the suggestion. Okay, it's transparency about what we want to listen to everything in detail and this and that. That's what you want, right? And now we want to see how much it will cost and how the step time is available for them. And we want to listen to staff if they're okay with that, or they can do other alternative way. So in that way, we don't, just say, because on that, this comply with this, and that not comply to this, okay? So anyway, since I moved this, Mother Mayor, do I have a second? Yeah, you go ahead.
So again, it's not an attack on Councilman Ali at all.
It is. The mayor told me.
I'm speaking for myself.
Wow.
Whatever he says, that's on him.
I didn't tell you anything.
I'm not.
Don't even speak.
This is because this occurred, with one former mayor that, had this, and then we had an incident, but that's why it came through. And so, yeah, well, cool. Yeah. It's just, but anyways, we're discussing, just in general. We're not, kudos, no problem. Thank you for being here today. But this is not only just for this, it's also for future. So it's past, present, and future. I know you said you're not going to have any more. Well, we don't know. This is just all in general. It's just a guidance. And right now, but for me, for staff, I know we are very, very short staff. And how things are going right now with City Hall staff, I don't want staff to burn out. But this, not just Town Hall, this is just everything that's going on, like all what we had and deal with, just everything that's going on. I don't want staff to burn out. But point is, it's just a general guidance and just to look at. If it doesn't, if it's modified, whatever, but it's not.
Just let it go, okay? Just
on
like
you.
Okay, nobody attack anybody. It just want to see the number, this and that.
But it's also good to know for
So
future.
anyway-
It's also good to know, just that we heard.
I think so,
I would
okay.
consider a yearly town hall council meeting, just like what one of the residents just mentioned.
I think.
But I'd like all that to be taken into consideration, and then knowing the difference.
Since I have this, Madam Mayor, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, I second the roll call, please.
Councilman Contos.
No.
Councilman Diaz. Councilmember Gutierrez.
I just want to make a comment, and that is the residents are seeing today what happens when you ensure transparency. Those who get help fundraising and raising money they get the way they want. So that's what you're seeing tonight. But no.
Could you stay with the
Can we
topic?
stay here and?
I already voted. Go on.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. Aye.
I'm sorry, Councilmember Gutierrez.
He said
Can you
no.
repeat? Okay, thank you. Mayor Pro Tem Lopez Viado.
Aye.
Mayor Wu.
I and approve 3-2. Okay, and the city manager to bring back about the code of conduct plus and town hall and look into all direction and all the city doing and bring back for our city council to discuss. Okay, so in that way and plus your concern about the step time. Just be true about, because otherwise, you don't even have enough time. So anyway, just see how can city council, but at the same time, city council want to do their town meeting, you should welcome to do it. And request the staff if they have the time to help you. But if you want to do it, continue to do it. I think it's very healthy for our council to have a town hall meeting, but just be careful on the staff, let's say. But anyway, nobody stop anything. You want to do town meeting, go ahead and do it. Okay, and other than that, do we have any other thing?
Yes, I have a council request.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, wait.
So since we're,
I'm sorry, if I may, I just wanted a point of clarification. We're looking at both bringing back a code of conduct and then town hall meetings. That survey
sorry,
separate and apart.
Those are two separate
Two separate
things.
things.
That's what
Code
I'm
and conduct.
I'm sorry, code of conduct already approved last meeting for 4-0 because let it and Mayor Pro Tem let it Lopez Viado was sick, so it's 4-0 approved. And tonight is the 3-2 approved to
the
look
town hall
into the
meetings.
town hall meeting. What the step time? Why is the outer city? Why is the something to bring back for us to discuss? Okay, and let's say it's not about to restrict anybody, right? If they want to do it, if you want to do 10. Okay, go ahead to do it. Okay, and you have said something you want to.
No, I was just going to make sure it was clarified. Code of conduct applies to everything. That's not just, town hall, it's special events, it's communication with staff. That code of conduct is just the umbrella of all. Town hall meetings are
two separate items.
Two completely separate items.
Thank you.
Okay, and Council Member Gutierrez, go ahead.
yes. So since we're talking about accountability and resources and all that, so let's go on accountability then. Pursuant to our authority under Government Code Sections 37104 and Sections 37105, I am formally requesting that the City Council place on the next agenda directing staff and the City Attorney to prepare a subpoena to the Chinese American Association of West Covina. The purpose of this subpoena is to compel production of complete IRS tax returns, including all schedules for the years 2022, 2023, 2024. All profit and loss statements, ledgers, and supporting documentation relating to the Moon Festival and the city partner events during the time. All bank statements, vendor agreements, and sponsorship records tied to those city events. The council previously directed nonprofits to provide these financial records on June 17, 2025. Since CAAWC has failed to comply with that directive voluntarily, has missed multiple deadlines and has provided documents that appear inconsistent with IRS filings. It is the council's duty under California law, including Stanson versus Malt, to safeguard taxpayer funds and ensure proper oversight of public resources. Issuing this subpoena is necessary to protect the public's interests and fulfill our fiduciary duty.
You done?
Yes.
Okay, and I against this because...
Point of order. City Attorney, is there a conflict of interest for the mayor to comment on his wife's charity right now?
No,
I'm
he
not
does
a-
not have
I'm
a
not a
financial
member.
interest in nonprofit.
How do you know? You did an analysis. He provided you all the tax documents to prove that
Okay,
he's not
since
getting
I'm not
paid?
the member, I can speak.
Huh?
Can I speak?
I'm done. He does not have a financial interest in the nonprofit.
How would you know that if he didn't provide you the tax forms? He could just tell you that, but how do you know that?
From what he's told me, he's represented in front of everybody that he does not have a financial interest.
I'm no financial
Okay, go ahead and speak on behalf of your wife.
Law and okay. Call, okay, please, okay. And I don't think we should witch hunt a nonprofit try to do good thing, okay, for the city. And over here, okay, and they donate. You see they donate the mask, they donate food, they pay for it. We need something like this. We need an organization and not just witch hunt because you have a problem with me and you will continue to spread a rumor and this and that.
That's false.
You can go
You're the one who
direct.
tried to hit
Would you
me, I
please
feel.
let me finish? Then you can, okay, and continue to say something that I never said it before and continue to make the rumor, this and that, the attack, personal attack. So you have a freedom of speech to attack me, but that is showing what your character is. Okay, and that you attack a non-profit, nobody get paid. Everything is going to, the school, the children, the after-school program. And now you treat them like a bunch of criminal that they make money. The problem is the city, they have no idea what city pay, this and that, the overtime. They only pay, for what the event, all the major rental, the bathroom, this and that is showing, and they even pay for the performance for the school, for the scholarship, this and that. We need this kind of entity to help our city, to help our community, to help each other, rather than, tell us like you're angry, and
I'm not angry.
you're not happy, you're not happy
It's the
with me.
taxpayers' money.
But they basically, and they already came over here with a good face and try to show everybody what their book. If they can show over there, I think they have a.
It doesn't match the
Would you
tax
please let me
filing.
finish? Okay, would you please? Okay, so in that way, you basically, and they try to continue, and they put a scapegoat, put your anger into a very successful nonprofit, for that. So I think this is something, just a witch hunt. So I will 100% against this. Okay, any other council want to say something?
Mr. Mayor?
Yeah, go ahead.
Just to express, I'm going to second the motion, but it's not out of a witch hunt. It is simply a matter of just, they've already offered to share the books anyway, so there shouldn't be any objection to making this.
Okay, and it's, again, nonprofit, they are willing to do it, but not by some kind of criminal subpoena or that kind of thing. Okay, and so they have no problem to submit. Okay, they say that. Okay, so in that way, why you need to kind of treat them a nonprofit, nobody get paid, everything go donate. Okay, thinking about in the 2020 pandemic, they come out, donate all the PPE and all the food for our community. They are the first group in March and April and donate, and I was there. I think, Mylan was there too, and moving all these PPE to the hospital, to the doctor and the nurses, right? You remember that day? And all the continuously till the pandemic is over. They over here donate all the time. Where the money coming from? Themselves. They collect all the money and pay for all these PPE. They even donate, 12,000 to the school for the PPE and, school, back to school item. So where the money coming from? Coming from the donation for the CAAWC. So you want to kill this organization, they just be scared and ran away. Nobody want to go this again. They can go back to their prior life, don't have to do any donation, do any all this community event, volunteer and try to help the community as a family. So I think this is something we need to look into why we spend $120,000. How can we cut the cost? Okay, is that worth it? I still think about bring the people together with all the performance, with all the children so happy over there, walking over there, running around. A sense of community, sense of brotherhood and sisterhood. And now it's under attack because somebody is not happy. Wow. Okay, but in that way, it's not fair for our children to have this great event. Yeah, go ahead, Mayor Protem.
No, again, the focus is what the city's spending and what the city is allowing others, whether it's nonprofit, to do and not do. That is the focus. The focus is on city. Now, to subpoena a nonprofit when they're volunteers, to make them go through court and do all that, I mean, that is overreaching. They are volunteering to give the items, whatever is needed. I mean, that's a volunteer that they're working with the city. They're not saying, no, the hell with you, we're not going to do anything. They're going to work with you. But again, my focus is moving forward, and the focus is with the city. And that's why I said earlier, what are the requirements? What are the guidelines? What do the nonprofit cover and what does the city cover? And this is for everyone to know. And this is a transparency for anybody who wants to work with us. So that again, is my focus. City, city, city. We're here to do city business, not go on different things. And to subpoena and I don't know, that I can't move forward with.
So I'll clarify my motion. A subpoena is what the council has under its authority, and we can have Tom answer the question too. But it's not a court order. It's a subpoena to compel to the city council as mandated under law. In regards to the concern here today, we saw an organization provide numbers that don't match their tax returns. So are we going to say we're going to look the other way? Is that what you're asking for?
No, I'm not saying. But then again, we're going to go back to all the nonprofits for everybody else. And this includes our event, the toy drive.
But they didn't comply.
But
I don't have a
not all nonprofits. Well, one, how many nonprofits do we have that the city works for? We don't even have the full details because not everybody was contacted. I mentioned before.
Okay, thank you.
We're not going to,
I think we don't have to argue over here. We have a motion. Okay, we have a second. Then we have a roll call, please.
Okay, I have a first from Councilmember Gutierrez, second from Councilman Contos. Roll call vote, Councilman Contos.
Aye.
Okay, Councilman Diaz. Councilmember Gutierrez.
No. Oh, sorry, yes. What am I saying now?
Your motion, you say no? You fall asleep?
Yes.
You shock me, okay.
Mayor Pro Tem Lopez Viado?
No.
And Mayor Wu?
No. So motion failed, 3-2. Okay, and if not other, any comment? Okay, any comment?
I have a comment.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I just want to say, today the public saw my colleagues look the other way when $152,000 has been spent of taxpayer funds. It's unfortunate this nonprofit has given to council members on this council, and the mayor has raised money for people on this council. So it's unfortunate that the taxpayers have to suffer, and there's no accountability in ensuring how that $152,000 of taxpayers' money it was spent. And we're saying it's okay to provide falsified numbers on the screen. It's okay. Or you're going to fix that? Okay. We at the city council are going to look the other way. That's what you're saying, but that's it.
Okay, and Mayor Pro Tem, go ahead.
Sorry, I'm not going to be petty, but if we're really going to go that, again, fairness, all nonprofits put everything, and including that biggest toy drive, because I would like to know how much did the city spend on that toy drive? That one day where we blocked off all the city streets that was spent.
So
that was spent.
So you're saying a commissioner has more power than a council member?
Okay, I'm not. Look, can you please? Okay, I'm not here to. We're not going to grandstand or do all that and any of that stuff. You making all this statement and stuff like that. I'm saying if you want to do that, one, you go for all. You can't just go for one.
I think we did.
No, we did not.
We didn't.
Because there's
we don't have
a lot,
any information
there is,
for your nonprofit.
I'm speaking right now, please.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Please.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay. All I'm saying, one, not just one. Don't target one. Go for all. Okay? But if we're not going to go for all, and that's even touching the event, that biggest toy drive, because that involved thousands of money. That was $100,000.
Did the city pay for it?
Well, the city did pay. Well, who paid for it?
Huh?
Who paid for it?
I don't know. It was them. It was not my event, Letty.
Yes, it was. It was your guys, your everything.
It was. I helped
would you?
organize
No,
that's about it.
Okay.
Brian,
We're not even
You're
going to go
saying that
there.
a commissioner has more power than a councilman.
Wow.
Pretty shameful.
Okay, it's your event. Okay, you want me to help you. Okay, you want me to help you to
Mayor, you're protecting your
Paulina.
wife.
It's all true. Okay, it's we have a 3-person. We all have helping you to get an event together because you are the commissioner. It's all true. So maybe we should verify your nonprofit.
Man, you know it's all caught on CCTV.
Oh yeah. Go You make it up again. You are dreaming.
All right. I think this is becoming petty now.
Now it become like a zoo over here. Okay, welcome to West Covina Zoo after Brian joining us. Okay. Hey, Brian, Tabai, you have a great time. You smiling and laughing over there. Okay, maybe you should come back. Okay. We miss you.
We miss you. I'm just kidding.
Okay, so anyway, anybody want to say anything? Otherwise, you want to adjourn the meeting?
I adjourn.
Adjourn. Okay, and then
Thank
have a
you.
second. Meeting adjourn. Okay.